Air in just a minute. Man, do we have a lot to talk about today. Greg Abbott. That's what I'm going to start with. That's really an amazing thing with Greg Abbott. We're going to talk about that out the box. We've got a lot going on, no doubt about that. Oh, man. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Everyone like the video. Click that notification bell.
Muscle twitching. Are you not sleeping? Does it feel like pins and needles in your hands and feet? Maybe you have no feeling at all. The symptoms can be unbearable, but there is help at the Lighthouse Medical Center. Call 754-222-6642 for a no-charge consultation and say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. 754
Here we go.
6642. Online, lighthousemedicalcenter.com.
You are listening to South Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll-free, dial 1-888-COCAINE-1. That's 1-888-COCAINE-1.
All righty. Hey, guys. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to The Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. On the radio since 1977, celebrating 45 years on the radio, The Steve Kane Show. That's right, and still going strong. All right, we got a lot to talk about today. Oh, man, we only have 3 hours to do it in, too. You know, I've been up since 1:15 a.m., 1:15 in the morning. I had to take my daughter to the airport way early. She is up in the sky somewhere over America right now. And I didn't get a lot of sleep, but the sleep I did get was very well-rested sleep because MyPillow mattress topper, MyPillow sheets, the MyPillow pillow itself. But I didn't get a lot of sleep, just a couple of hours. So been up since 1:15 a.m., people. That's right. If the country wasn't in such trouble under Joe Biden, I might have taken the day off, but the country is in too much trouble for days off. We've got to be here and talk about what is going on. Again, my name is Brian Craig. This is The Steve Kane Show. Your calls are welcome at 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. It is Thursday morning, April 7th, 2022. All right, so I want to first start talking about Greg Abbott yesterday. Oh, man. This is a program you do not want to miss a minute of today's show. Today's show is hot. I got a lot of stuff here that we're going to get through today. But Greg Abbott, let me just play the clip of Greg Abbott. You know, now we have this open border situation going on the U.S. southern border, and Texas is hit pretty hard, you know. I mean, it's hit hard because that's the primary area because of the length of the border where the problems are coming, and it's a big drain. Even if every person that came across the border was a law-abiding person, which none of them are, because to cross the border illegally immediately makes you a criminal. So everyone who crosses that border, these undocumented migrants, are all criminals because they have illegally entered the United States. But regardless of that, there's a lot of problems. But even if everyone was obeying the law and doing everything else, just the number of people is a strain on the system if everyone's doing the right thing, you know. And Greg Abbott, he says enough. And Governor Greg Abbott just made an amazing announcement. He had a press conference yesterday. And let me play this and we'll talk about it.
Second, to help local officials whose communities are being overwhelmed by hordes of illegal immigrants who are being dropped off by the Biden administration. Texas is providing charter buses to send these illegal immigrants who have been dropped off by the Biden administration to Washington, D.C. We are sending them to the United States Capitol, where the Biden administration will be able to more immediately address the needs of the people that they are allowing to come across our border. To get that going, I'm going to send a letter to Chief Nim Kidd with the Texas Division of Emergency Management, who will be in charge of this operation.
This is awesome. He's signing the order right now.
Recap on these. What Colonel McCraw...
Okay, then he goes in. So, yeah, that's right. So he has chartered a large, I've heard varying numbers on the buses, but he has chartered a ton of buses, loading them up with illegal migrants, illegal immigrants, undocumented people, whatever you want to call them. They're loading the buses up, and they're going to head to Washington, D.C. and drop them off. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. This is huge. And, where this came out of was, during the COVID lockdowns, people around the country, especially governors, realized how much authority governors have. And governors, I've heard 900. Yeah, I've heard 900. I've heard 700. I've heard 1,000, whatever. We'll just go with the middle, 900. Oh, man, this is awesome. Governor Greg Abbott's amazing. Amazing. You got to love him, don't you? I mean, my goodness. My goodness. But what happened during COVID is governors realized how much power they have. And governors have a lot of authority in their state. Most of them just don't use it. But the governors, Republicans and Democrats, did during the pandemic. So now that we're out of it, they're using their authority. And Governor Greg Abbott, who has been endorsed by President Trump, remember that, President Trump has endorsed Governor Greg Abbott in his re-election, even endorsed him before the primary, okay? I think he's following Ron DeSantis. He sees how popular Ron DeSantis is and how successful Ron DeSantis is because he stands up to the federal government far away and the things they were flying people to Florida that were illegals. They stopped doing that. And the reason they stopped doing it is because Ron DeSantis. This is Ron DeSantis.
If businesses or contractors are dumping people who are illegal into Florida from southern Texas, we're going to go after their ability to do business in Florida. If Biden is dumping people, which he has dumped people, they fly them in at 2 in the morning. They haven't done it lately, but they did it many months ago. We now have money where we can reroute them to sanctuary states like Delaware, and we're going to do that.
Yeah, that's awesome. So he was going to reroute them to Delaware, and Biden stopped bringing them here because he didn't want them in Delaware. It's easy to be a sanctuary state when you're so far away from the border, isn't it? And what Greg Abbott is doing is amazing. And these 900 buses, I really hope that Fox News, Newsmax, whatever is left of OAN, go to Texas and follow these buses on their trip from Texas to Washington, D.C., and find out what happens along the way. I don't know all the states they got to go through to get to D.C. I don't know which way the roads curve and everything into what states. I don't know how many of them are Republican and Democrat. But this Texas bus convoy, this is a bigger story. It's not a joke. A lot of people think it's funny. It's not a joke. He's serious as a heart attack, Governor Greg Abbott. This story of following the 900 buses from Texas to D.C. to the drop-off point is a visual and a story that should be covered by every major media outlet, not just the conservative ones I mentioned. I'm not calling Fox News conservative, by the way. This would just be fascinating because what's the story going to be, right? What's the story going to be? Are they going to be stopped in different states along the way and harassed when they go through a Democrat county or a Democrat city? Will the local Democrats stop the 900 buses? What are we going to call this caravan of buses of Greg Abbott's traveling to D.C.? When they make it to D.C., if they make it, how many of them actually make it? How many of them were stopped along the way and turned around to Texas? Will the federal government stop them along the way and grab the migrants from the Greg Abbott buses? And when they get to D.C. and they open up the door and say, get off, what will happen then? Will they just go free in D.C.? Will they be apprehended by federal authorities once they get to D.C., those who make it through? This is a dramatic and interesting story that should be covered by everyone beyond just a punchline with the great Governor Greg Abbott signing the order right there at the press conference. This was absolutely amazing. And, you know, what President Trump has done started when he came down the escalator. It began with the Tea Party, really, back in the Obamacare debate days. But it's now we have these people in Congress, and Republicans are doing what Democrats and the mainstream corporate media hate more than anything. You know what they're doing? They're actually coming through on their campaign promises, furthering their agenda, and becoming activists. See, Democrats believe only liberals can be activists and should be activists. Conservatives shouldn't be. If a conservative's an activist, they're a racist. They're this, they're that. They're an ism. Or an ist. Racist. And we have Republican elected officials who are following through on the promises they made to the voters, doing their jobs, and becoming very vocal activists. Whether it's Greg Abbott, Ron DeSantis. By the way, Ron DeSantis' name is DeSantis, Ron DeSantis. I just learned this a couple weeks ago. I saw Governor DeSantis talking about himself, and he said his name, and it's DeSantis. But I don't know if we say, isn't he commonly known as DeSantis? If we start calling him DeSantis, they'll think that's like some woman, DeSantis. Her last name is Santis, her first name is D. So we got to stick with DeSantis, I think. I don't know. I mean, if I were interviewing Ron DeSantis, it wouldn't be on the top of my list of things, but branding is very important, and it would certainly be something to talk about. But we have Republicans who are now activists, and this has the left in full panic mode. If you ever switch over to MSNBC, you'll see it. They are melting down over the laptop, over Ketanji, over Greg Abbott. They're in freak-out mode. And MSNBC is the DNC headquarters. Our number is toll-free from anywhere. 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Louisiana.
Oh, hey, Louisiana.
Hey, I was listening to you this morning. You was talking about
the great Greg Abbott.
Okay, Greg Abbott. They gonna send those people, the Mexicans, the people that cross the border to Washington D.C.
Well, they're not all Mexicans. They're from other countries, Honduras and all this stuff. But you know, as an African American, you shouldn't stereotype people. They're from all kinds of countries.
There you go with that. Okay. Anywho, that's not gonna make a difference. He's playing to his to y'all puppet master.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing to him with that. It's not gonna make a difference.
Oh yeah, it'll make a huge difference because. Oh, okay. Well, let me tell you why it's going to make a difference. One, and the main difference it's going to be is, do you think Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden want the illegal migrants in Washington, D.C. wandering the streets where they live and work?
No.
Why not? They're bringing them to America. Why don't they want them in D.C.?
No. I mean, Greg, like I said, he doesn't want them in Florida.
No. This is okay. So no. You said for the first time ever, maybe in any of our conversations, you said something very truthful. You said that Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi do not want the illegal migrants in D.C. So what's going to happen is when the Greg Abbott buses from Texas, 900 of them, make their first run and drop them off, and I mean, I don't even know how many people that is. I'll have to do some math. How many are on these Greyhounds these days? I don't know how many they seat. But when they drop them off, the Democrats who run Washington are going to round them up and deport them out of the city. And that will make a difference because it will make a statement. See, they don't mind when they're in someone else's neighborhood down in Texas, see? And it is a great, great statement. I mean, I'm sure you're familiar with the Montgomery bus boycott.
Yes, I am.
All right, tell me what it is quickly. What is it?
The Montgomery boycotts when they
boycotted the buses in Montgomery. I need more than that. Who did it? Who organized it?
I'm not going to make you.
Oh, so you don't know? Okay, that was the incident that made. Okay, No. That's when Rosa Parks was kicked, taken to jail because she wouldn't go to the back of the bus, and Martin Luther King became a national celebrity with that, and they had a bus boycott. Blacks in Montgomery, Alabama, had a bus boycott, right? And he just didn't want to tell me, but it didn't work right away. It took a year or more of people walking, refusing to ride the bus, carpooling, and it took a year or more. I don't remember exactly how long, and finally, boom, they broke Montgomery. That was it. So the Greg Abbott 900 bus convoy to D.C. with illegal migrants getting dumped off in D.C. will make a big difference.
I don't think he's going to do it. I think
he signed the order on TV. I saw him do it in that clip.
He's going to do it. That don't mean he's going to do it.
Oh, so now you've changed. Now you're hoping he does. At first you said it won't work when I gave you, when I explained to you how it will work.
Do it.
Now he won't do it. Okay.
I don't think he's going to.
Then you got nothing to worry about.
I don't think he's going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's all political theater. It's all political theater. That's just like Ron, how you say Desantis?
Ron Desantis, the great governor of Florida. Ron DeSantis is free Florida.
That's like they're all playing to Trump base because they hope if they play so they're going to help to get the...
Well, the Trump base are the majority of the Republican voters of this country. That's what people do. I mean, when Joe Biden backs up transgendered athletes, he's not doing that because he's playing to his base. Playing to a base is what a politician is supposed to do. Yeah.
So that's what they all do, and that's what they do. So I don't think he's going to do it.
Oh, then you got nothing to worry about, Louisiana. Take care. All right, let's take our first break of the day. It's Thursday. I'm Brian Craig. If you're on hold, stand by. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. Back after this.
A sniffle here and a sneeze there. Your first thought is what? Uh-oh, I'm coming down with something. But did you ever think you might not be sick? You might have an allergy. Find out and have your allergies tested at any lab test now of Coral Springs or any lab test now of Boca. Any lab test now of Coral Springs is located at 955 North University Drive on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood by the Coral Square Mall. Give them a call, 954-906.
I like when they said, yeah, that's when they boycotted the buses in Montgomery.
Any lab test now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza. That's where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto and north of Hillsboro. Call them at 561-237-5009. 561.
Wesley, $5 super chat. Please thank Wesley, everyone. Thank you, Wesley.
Environmental and food allergies.
The illegal alien convoy, Abbott is awesome.
And make sure you mention you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show. Attention seniors and those who care about them. How would you like to have instant access to a Medicare advocate at the touch of a button? You can for less than $1 a day with I Will Advocates. I Will Advocates will assist you with doctor appointment scheduling, pharmacy issues, billing problems, plan benefits, Medicare applications. They'll even help when you're in the hospital. I Will Advocate clients are family, and they go to bat for their family when you need them the most. Let them be your golden guardians. Contact I Will Advocates right now online at IWillAdvocates.com. 954-345-1214. Do you suffer from neuropathy? Maybe you do and you don't even know it. Do you have numbness, pain, burning, or tingling in your hands and feet? Muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching? Are you not sleeping? Does it feel like pins and needles in your hands and feet? Maybe you have no feeling at all.
You say it's easy, Samuel, because you don't, because I'm so good at it. When you're an artist, it looks easy. The example I always use is Picasso had a sculpture where he took handlebars and made the horns of a bull. Everyone says, oh, that's easy. No, well, he did it first. All righty, 24 minutes after the hour. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. By the way, I've been telling you that the radio station did major work on our transmitter the last couple of weeks for AM 1470, our flagship station, 1470 WWNN. And this morning, remember I told you, I've been up since 1:15 a.m. I took my daughter to the Fort Lauderdale airport, and the signal, at that time, we were at low power. early in the morning, and the signal on the AM station was crystal clear and loud. The signal pattern has changed somewhat to reach more area, and the signal is much higher quality. So it was pretty impressive. Don is our transmitter's chief engineer, and he just did an amazing job on that, because typically in that area, the signal was not that good on 1470 prior to the upgrade, especially around that 595 area, and it was, I thought we were at high power, 50,000 watts, but we weren't. So I can only imagine what it's like when we're at full 50,000. All right, let's go back to the phones. 1-888-GO-CANE-1. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Well, good morning, Brian. How are we doing today?
All right, Wisconsin Gary. What's up?
Well, this brings up a very interesting topic because, as you heard a few weeks ago, about 43 days ago, there was a convoy that was going to D.C., so maybe we should call this the legal border or legal crossing to Delaware convoy, and I'm glad that some governors are finally standing up. And you know what would be the good topping of the whole thing is they all wear their shirts that says Biden let me in.
Yeah, we'll give them Biden Harris shirts, Biden Kamala shirts to wear. Now, since you're an 18-wheeler, you're a truck driver, driving from Texas to D.C., I mean, how long of a drive is that for a bus?
Probably Texas. Well, they're already on. The convoy left out on that Thursday, and I mean they made some slower stops. But for me, because I'm an aggressive driver, basically, I start as much as I can. I stay on the road as much as I can. Probably from there to D.C., you're probably looking at almost a good 30 hours at least.
Oh, that's great.
But you also got to figure the time that you got to sleep in there. So 30 hours and add probably 20 hours to that for sleeper berth. You're already into 50 hours.
Well, I don't know. They could have another driver. They can have another driver on board the bus.
If they end up definitely do a team driver, I mean they could make that an easy overnight trip in no time.
That sounds great.
When I used to team drive, I mean, it was great. I mean, you wouldn't think where you'd be getting, but I mean, having that extra driver in there, and I don't know how big these buses are, but normally if they're like a big coach bus, yeah, you could team drive those, and I mean, they could drive them right from the border, go up straight up to Delaware, drop them right off in front of Biden's house, and just they can.
Well, Ron Desantis is saying he's going to take our illegal migrants to Delaware. Greg Abbott's taking them to Washington, D.C., going to take them to the Capitol steps and drop them off right in front of the Capitol.
Because, I mean, they're going to be probably looking at another fence sitting there because they put that fence up because they thought that the convoy at the time was going to come into D.C. and they had to so guard the White House. But needless to say, none of those convoys were in D.C. that close to the Capitol because they were worried about their trucks being fined $30,000 and having their truck possibly towed. So that never ended up happening. So they actually made Washington or Nancy Pelosi in that matter look like an idiot.
Yeah, well, that's not hard to do. They all look like idiots. Yeah, so this is I'm excited. Greg Abbott's awesome. This got me very excited about Greg Abbott. I'm pretty impressed by this.
And I hope more governors stand suit on this, because there's probably illegals that have came to my state. Of course, I like to ship my governor to Delaware because that's pretty much where he belongs. But hopefully a lot of these governors around the United States, if they know that illegals are coming in illegally, I'm hoping they basically catch them where they're coming in or how they're coming in, either by airplane or whatever else, and basically sign the same bill and keep sending them to Delaware.
Yeah, that sounds great. And Delaware's small state too, so it's not the smallest, but it's close. Delaware is very small, and they can be overwhelmed with And since they gave us Joe Biden, I'm sure the state are a bunch of do-gooders who believes in open borders. I understand Delaware is a sanctuary state, so they'll have to give sanctuary to all of these illegal migrants. Sounds great. Hey, Gary, thanks for the call. Yeah, go ahead. Last word.
One thing, Brian. The one thing is, everybody that's there that voted for Biden, they should easily open up their doors, too, and take...
Absolutely. In their houses. Absolutely. Yeah. All right, take care. Yeah. In your house. Yeah, let them in your house. Why not? Why not? You got a couch, don't you? You got floor space. Oh, man. Greg Abbott. This is just amazing, Greg Abbott. Let me play this again. This is the great governor of Texas running for re-election.
Second, to help local officials whose communities are being overwhelmed by hordes of illegal immigrants who are being dropped off by the Biden administration. Texas is providing charter buses to send these illegal immigrants who have been dropped off by the Biden administration to Washington, D.C. We are sending them to the United States Capitol, where the Biden administration will be able to more immediately address the needs of the people that they are allowing to come across our border. To get that going, I'm going to send a letter to Chief Nim Kidd with the Texas Division of Emergency Management, who will be in charge of this operation.
And he's signing it right now. This is amazing. You got to love Abbott. Hear the pen on the paper?
And to recap on these.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, that's just spectacular. You got to love Greg Abbott. All right, listen, our number's toll free. 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. Back after this.
Do you suffer from neuropathy? Maybe you do and you don't even know it. Do you have numbness, pain, burning, or tingling in your hands and feet? Muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching? Are you not sleeping? Does it feel like pins and needles in your hands and feet? Maybe you have no feeling at all. The symptoms can make life unbearable, but there is help at the Lighthouse Medical Center. Call 754-222-6642 for a no-charge consultation and say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. 754-222-6642. Online, lighthousemedicalcenter.com. Attention seniors, protect yourself and your loved ones from losing your hard-earned assets to the government, attorneys, and greedy in-laws. You are invited to attend Attorney Barry Siegel's Living Trust Seminar. It's free and will be held Tuesday, April 12th from 2 to 3 p.m. at the South County Civic Center in Delray Beach. All living trust plans are not created equally. Find out why at Attorney Barry Siegel's free Living Trust Seminar. To make your reservation for this free Living Trust Seminar, call the Siegel Law Group right now. Toll free 1-855-FLA-3782. 855-FLA-3782. Seating will be limited, so call now to reserve your seat. 1-855-352-3782. 1-855-352-3782.
Hi folks, Dr. Matez here, now with the Biostation West Delray. At Biostation West Delray, we continue to offer the highest level of experience and care you can find in the realm of hormone pellet and hormone replacement therapies. But that's just the start. We offer a full array of age management modalities, including state-of-the-art treatments for erectile dysfunction, sexual dysfunction in women, physical and sexual rejuvenation, and quite frankly, any sign or symptom of aging that you may have. And don't forget, we offer the complete array of all cosmetic modalities, including Botox, fillers, lasers, etc. Better energy, better sleep, better performance, and looks to die for. If this all sounds good to you, call us at 561-320-8893. That's 561-320-8893.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search.
Hey guys, welcome back. 33 minutes after the hour. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. On the radio since 1977, celebrating 45 years on the radio this year, the Steve Kane Show. Welcome back, one and all. The Parkland shooter, Nicholas Cruz. Did you see what happened in the courtroom yesterday? This is crazy. Broward County, which is where the Parkland shooting happened, is a Democrat county here in Florida. Probably as corrupt as Cook County, which is where Chicago is in Illinois. And Nicholas Cruz pled guilty, so the regular trial phase didn't happen. And right now, they're doing jury selection for the sentencing phase, where the judge, who is probably the best-looking judge in the history of judges, she's yeah, you know, I don't know, maybe it's the robe, but the judge is, doesn't the judge in the Nicholas Cruz case look like a model? She does, I don't know, but anyway, this should not be going down the way it is. There should have been a trial that was televised. None of this crap of pleading guilty and just going to the sentencing phase thing. They didn't want, you know, in Florida, trials are televised. And they didn't want to have a regular courtroom situation for Nicholas Cruz because there's so many people that are responsible for that. I have not talked about this in a while. I'll do it briefly because I don't want to spend too much time on this, but it's important to our community here. Our old studio was down the street from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas. I used to drive by that school twice a day, and on the way to and from the radio studio over there in Coral Springs. And when the Parkland shooting happened and they got Nicholas Cruz, he looked familiar to me, and I couldn't place where, and I assumed I just saw him walking to school or something, or home when I was, you know, in that area. And then I remembered I had an encounter with Nicholas Cruz prior to the shooting at Wawa, the gas station convenience store in Parkland. And I stopped in early in the morning, like around 5 in the morning. I used to go there to get my coffee when we were at our old studio in Coral Springs. And Nicholas Cruz was in there one day. He's a short guy, and he scared the crap out of me. You know, they have the coffee stations at Wawa, and then they have the area with the subs. And I making my coffee, and I get up, and Nicholas Cruz is standing right in the center. And I had to walk around him, and I remember him well. He was wearing pajama pants and a t-shirt, and little short guy, and he stared at me and scared the crap out of me. In fact, he was so, I mean, just evil, scary guy, and I didn't know him. I didn't know this was before the shooting, obviously, because this was at Wawa. And when I went out to my car to get gas, I was looking behind me to see if he was coming after me. He's an evil guy, before the shooting, obviously, and just scary. And when the shooting happened, before he was identified and arrested, I saw interviews with students from the school with the press, and they said Nicholas Cruz did this. In fact, one of the girls inside the school, I saw in an interview later, ran into Nicholas Cruz after the shooting in the school building where the shooting happened, making his escape. And she bumped into him and said, "Oh, Nicholas, I'm sorry, I'm shocked to see you. I would have thought you would be the one doing this." And they didn't want to have a regular trial because I had an encounter with him that was 30 seconds, and it was scary as hell. And they didn't want to have a regular trial because so many people, school officials, school board, cops, they passed the buck because they were cooking the books for the crime stats in the city of Parkland. The city of Parkland, for those that aren't too familiar with it, is very far west in Broward County. It's a very upscale community. It always has been since it's been around. Very upscale. And it's very strange that it's such a wealthy upscale community so far from the beach. But it is. It's right on the edge of the Everglades. And I remember watching someone the day after the shooting on one of the cable news out in front of the school said, "We're shocked that this happened because we're the safest city." They had a safest city designation. I don't know if it was for Florida, South Florida, Broward County, but they had some distinction of being the safest city somewhere, right? Broward, South Florida, Florida. I don't know what it was, but the safest city designation. And it's because they were cooking the books. See, you can have crime all day and night, but if you don't arrest anyone, there's no crime on the books. It's cooking the books. In fact, the HBO series The Wire had an entire season about how crime stats were being manipulated by the Baltimore police. So that's why they didn't have a regular trial for the Parkland shooter, Nicholas Cruz, because too many corrupt bureaucrats and public officials in Broward County would be exposed for passing the buck on a very evil guy, Nicholas Cruz. So they've got so he pled guilty. And so they're selecting a jury for the penalty phase. He still is facing the death penalty. The jury will decide whether or not he'll get the death penalty or life. I am opposed to the death penalty in general, but not in this case. I mean, this guy, just from that little experience I had with him in the pajama pants at Wawa, I mean, this guy's like Ted Bundy, John Wayne Gacy, and the Gainesville Killer, and all the rest, all wrapped up to one. I mean, evil and creepy. Okay, evil and creepy. So anyway, they're doing jury selection, and one of the lady jurors tells the judge she can't do it. Okay, and she can't do it because of something. Let me play this exchange. This is the exchange between a prospective juror and the judge in the case. Listen to this. This was yesterday in court. Let me see. I know I've got this. Here it is. Here it is. Listen to this.
And hold on, let me find your name. It is Crystal.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm reading. Says a whole entire month. First of all, I will clarify myself.
Okay.
July 7th is my birthday. The 4th is my son. The 8th is my other son. That ain't gonna work off me. Then I'm gonna realize.
Okay, hold on. Wait. Don't talk too fast, please. We have to be able to understand. So you said that the July, there's dates in July that you're not available. What are those dates?
July 7th, July 4th, which is close, and July 18th. But then again, I need to figure out something. I have my sugar daddy that I see every day.
Okay, did you hear this? This is the prospective juror. She just told the court, she gave a bunch of dates that she can't appear on jury duty, and she says she has a sugar daddy that she sees every day.
But then again, I need to figure out something. I have my sugar daddy that I see every day.
I'm sorry?
You hear the judge? The judge says, what? I'm sorry? What?
But then again, I need to figure out something. I have my sugar daddy that I see every day.
I'm sorry?
My sugar daddy.
Okay, I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about, but
Well, I'm married and I have my sugar daddy.
Okay.
I see him every day.
all right, ma'am, we'll come back to you, okay? Thank you.
Oh, man. So she said she's got a husband, she's got a kid, and she's got a sugar daddy. She's got too much on her plate. She can't do the jury duty. And the judge, yeah, I know, the judge is in such shock. She says, ma'am, we will come back to you. Yeah, so that's Broward County, people. And that is in the jury selection for the penalty phase in the Parkland shooter Nicholas Cruz's trial. And, you know, sugar daddy, isn't that prostitution? Did she just confess to a judge in open court that she's got a sugar daddy? Does that mean she's confessed a crime? Is being a sugar baby a crime? Oh my goodness. Yeah, what a joke. What a joke. You know, now the woman may be a smart woman. She may be just trying to get off the jury, right? And I don't think the judge should let her off the jury. I don't think so. It certainly is a clever way to get off of a jury. And they didn't identify the woman, and they didn't show the woman. She sounds older. She's Caribbean. I bet her husband recognizes the voice. I wonder if her husband knows that his wife has a sugar daddy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We're in a whole new world of things here in this society that I just don't quite understand. You know, the Thomas Edison of sleep, Mike Lindell, you know he's got another defamation suit against him now? There's 3 of them. He's got one against himself already for over $1 billion, another one against his company, MyPillow, and he just got served papers for another lawsuit against him for defamation. And the defamation lawsuits against Mike Lindell are for what? Because he stands up for Trump. He stands up for MAGA. He stands up for you. You know, Mike Lindell is an amazing man. He I mean, he has laid everything out on the line for what he believes in. And, you know, he wasn't involved in politics before Trump. He went to a Trump rally in Minnesota. That's how he got in this. When Trump did a rally in Minnesota, Mike Lindell just went like everybody else. And Trump saw him in the crowd and did a shout out, and boom, that was the beginning. And Mike Lindell is just absolutely amazing. And what this man is going up against, 3 defamation lawsuits, like $3 billion in lawsuits he's facing. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? The bank, his bank canceled him. He's been thrown out of all of the big retail stores around the country. They won't carry MyPillow products. He's been thrown off all the TV shopping channels. There was a new thing that just happened this week. Mike Lindell was at the Trump rally in Michigan this last week and gave an interview.
I had 12 TV stations just the other day now say that I couldn't be in the commercials, that it can only say MyPillow. I cannot personally be in them. So I want you to think about that, where they're coming to cancel out this country and to, you know, they want my voice stopped. That's why everybody's got to speak up. And believe me, they cancel, they will never get to sell my product again. Just like those box stores. When you leave, it's goodbye. Have a nice day. So we're kind of in a unique situation. If you buy all the products, you buy the slippers, buy everything we make, you're not only supporting, it's getting everything we're doing to save our country, but you're getting a good product in place. So it's not like a normal donor to help me out. I've never asked for help other than to buy my products.
Yeah, that's Mike Lindell at the Trump rally in Michigan this past Saturday. See what he's going, 12 local TV stations, they won't allow him to appear. They'll run MyPillow spots just as long as he's not in them. They want Mike Lindell's money, but they don't want him in the commercials. I've never seen a businessman throw it out all on the line like this. And I saw an interview with Mike Lindell once a while back. He says, how can people help you against this cancel culture? He says, go to MyPillow.com and buy something. And of course, using the promo code KANE at checkout, KANE, you're supporting not just Mike Lindell and his efforts, but the Steve Kane Show as well and all the content that we give to you. And, you know, Mike Lindell, he has thousands of employees. That means thousands upon thousands of people, because they have families, make a living from MyPillow. And he has stayed in business because of you and us who are finding a way around the cancel culture that he is going up against. Now listen, Mother's Day is right around the corner. Go to MyPillow.com and buy something. You know, I told you I woke up, I had to get up at 1:15 a.m. this morning to take my daughter to the airport. I didn't get a lot of sleep, but the sleep I got was well-rested, incredible sleep, because my head is on my MyPillow, which that MyPillow, the pillow that started it all, is at its lowest price ever, just $19.98 with the promo code KANE. I'm sleeping with my MyPillow 100% Giza cotton dream sheets, which are wonderful and regulate your body temperature perfectly. The MyPillow Giza cotton dream sheets, 60% off with the promo code KANE at checkout, KANE. And of course, I'm sleeping on top of my MyPillow 3-inch mattress topper. If you go to MyPillow.com, look at the menu up there. Go to the mattress toppers. The 3-inch MyPillow mattress topper, 30% off, and you get 2 free MyPillows with the promo code KANE at checkout. The 2-inch MyPillow mattress topper is 50% off at MyPillow.com. These make great gifts for yourself and also great gifts for Mother's Day. Mom includes your wife if you have kids, your mom, your grandmother, they're all moms, your daughter if she has children. These are great gifts. And that MyPillow mattress topper, that will change your life. I'm telling you, I have started to, I've had it a year this month. I got it last April. And from the get-go, I started waking up when my alarm clock went off in the morning. Prior to having the MyPillow mattress topper, I would always wake up early. I was up and down all night. You sleep the whole night through. It is amazing. The 3-inch mattress topper, 30% off, and you get 2 free MyPillows with the promo code KANE, KANE, at checkout at MyPillow.com. And the mattress topper comes in every size mattress there is, from twin all the way up to California King, and all the sizes in between. They even have the RV Queen. The 2-inch MyPillow mattress topper, 50% off with the promo code KANE at checkout. So You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code KANE, K-A-N-E.
A sniffle here and a sneeze there. Your first thought is what? Uh-oh, I'm coming down with something. But did you ever think you might not be sick? You might have an allergy. Find out and have your allergies tested at any lab test now of Coral Springs or any lab test now of Boca. Any lab test now of Coral Springs is located at 955 North University Drive on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood by the Coral Square Mall. Give them a call, 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any lab test now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza. That's where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto and north of Hillsboro. Call them at 561-237-5009. 561-237-5009. They will test for both environmental and food allergies. No appointment is necessary. And make sure you mention you heard about them on The Steve Kane Show.
Listen to The Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWNN.
All right, we are back. My name is Brian Craig. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show. So we've been talking about the great governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, has chartered, this is an amazing thing that he's done. He has chartered 900 buses, and he is going to use those buses to take illegal migrants crossing the border illegally into Texas and put them on the buses, transport them across America, and drop them off in Washington, D.C. And this is amazing. It's unheard of. And he signed the order. This isn't just rhetoric. He signed the order right there at the press conference. It's spectacular what he's done.
Second, to help local officials whose communities are being overwhelmed by hordes of illegal immigrants who are being dropped off by the Biden administration, Texas is providing charter buses to send these illegal immigrants who have been dropped off by the Biden administration to Washington, D.C. We are sending them to the United States Capitol, where the Biden administration will be able to more immediately address the needs of the people that they are allowing to come across our border. To get that going, I'm going to send a letter to Chief Nim Kidd with the Texas Division of Emergency Management, who will be in charge of this operation.
Yeah, there you go. And he signed the order and is doing it. And, you know, this is insanity what's going on. They want us to be concerned about the sovereignty of the border with Ukraine, right? The Donbass region, the Russian border, Crimea. And I guess that's important. If you're Russian, Ukrainian, we don't have a southern border in this country. The southern border is just a line on a map. We do not have a border. And remember what President Trump said. He said this many times. If you don't have a border, you don't have a country. That's right. And you know what they have taught people, this is an amazing thing. This is so strange, but this is what they do. They don't talk about this in English on TV, but what they tell people is that no matter where you're from in North or South America, you are an American. If you're Canadian, you're an American. If you're from Venezuela, you're an American. If you're from Brazil, you're an American. If you're from Honduras, you're an American. Because it's North and South America. Because we call ourselves Americans. We don't call ourselves United Statesians. You think I'm kidding? Yeah, they tell you're all Americans. You're a North American, you're a South American, you're all Americans. This is what they tell them. It's crazy, isn't it? That's what they tell them. And something came out yesterday. By the way, I have just scratched the surface of what we're going to be doing on this program today. We started at 6, but after the top of the hour, I'm going to change gears a little bit. We have more issues and topics than we have time for on the show today. So I'm going to get into some other topics after the top of the hour, but you are welcome to continue to call in about this, and we will revisit Greg Abbott's bus convoy with illegal migrants to D.C. because it's an important story. But I am going to, after the top of the hour, get into some other stories, but I want to just finish with this. So they tell them that you're all Americans, but there was a story that broke yesterday that pissed people off beyond imagination. It happened at the press conference with Jen Psaki, MSNBC employee now, still working at the White House, and there's been video of it. And this is about giving cell phones, and not just a regular flip phone. Like you know, you go to Walmart, you go to the convenience store, you buy a flip phone. No. They're giving smartphones. They're giving, like, I don't know if they're iPhones or what, but they're giving are they Androids? Whatever. They are giving them smartphones, which means either Android or iPhone, not flip phones. They're giving to all the illegal migrants that cross the border. And this came up in the press conference. This is Ducey talking to Psaki.
Thank you, Jen. First, on immigration, our team in Texas is saying that you guys are starting to give smartphones to border crossers, hoping that they'll use the phones to check in or to be tracked. Which part of that is supposed to deter people from crossing illegally into the States?
And by the way, to stop the tracking, all they have to do is either turn the phone off or turn off location monitoring on the phone. But anyway,
Well, I think you, of all people, since you've asked me a range of questions on this topic over time, would recognize that we need to take steps to ensure that we know where individuals are and we can track and we can check in with them. The Alternatives to Detention program is what we utilize as 3 unique forms.
She's reading now.
To monitor participants enrolled in the program. Telephonic is just one of them, which is used as a participant.
Okay, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, as she prepares her show on MS. She's doing her MSNBC show right there. Giving them smartphones. How much does an Android phone cost these days? $1,000, $800? I don't know. I don't pay for the phone really. I do the monthly thing on my plan. They're getting phones for free. And I want you to think about something. There are many bills that you pay in your house that are pretty expensive. Where does the cell phone bill fit in your family? While the cell phone bill is not the largest bill that we have in my household, the Craig household every month, it is up there. It's got to be in the top 5, right? My phone, my wife's phone, and of course, like most of us with adult children, my daughter's phone, right? So not only are they getting free phones, they're getting a free plan. I bet they got unlimited internet and everything. Are they giving them Netflix and Disney Plus too? They get the Hulu? And also this is incredibly dangerous because now the cartels and the sex traffickers and everything, now since all of them have phones, they give you a number to call when you make it into America and you go through processing, so you can call the pimp, the sex trafficker, the coyote on the northern side of the border. That's right. And you know what? They can use the phones too. The sex traffickers and everything, Jen Psaki, you idiot, they can use the coyotes and the sex traffickers. They can use the phones to track their people too. Oh my goodness. Stupid. Insane. This is worse than the damn Obama phones that they used to give out. Remember that? Everyone in Cleveland's got an Obama phone. Remember the Obama phone lady? Who was fake, by the way? Oh my goodness. 1-888-GO-CANE-1. They want to give the free tuition to the college kids that are Democrats, the free phones to the illegal migrants. Oh my goodness. 1-888-465-2631. It's a free call from anywhere. Let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. It's Andrea.
Hey, Andrea.
Mom, the thing that Greg Abbott, this is how you know it's political theater, and I'm sorry to say that. The thing that Greg Abbott is missing that Ron DeSantis did was Ron DeSantis said any airline, any bus company caught transporting these illegals into Florida, they were going to have penalties issued against their business licenses.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you know, in my opinion, Greg Abbott is a shill. And this is...
Oh, please. Come on.
He facilitated this for 2 years.
Now listen. Oh, because he didn't do it soon enough. Slow down, Andrea. Give me a break, okay? You know, they walk in. And Florida does not border Mexico, so they fly them here or bus them in. In Texas, they just walk in, okay? Or the buses that you see from the detention centers are government buses, federal government buses. What Greg Abbott is doing here is honorable. He deserves a medal. He deserves a standing ovation, even though he can't take part in that. But you know what I mean. But no. He's doing the right thing. It doesn't matter what he didn't do last year. This is real outside the box thinking, and he should be commended.
It's not, because outside the box thinking would have been deploying the National Guard or deputizing Texas citizens.
He has been, let me tell you, he has been, since Biden came into office and started this a year and a half ago, he has been working with the local sheriffs of the counties. They have been arresting and locking people up for littering, okay? Littering. No. He's been very active here. I'm sorry, you are wrong, Andrea, and he should not be attacked. You're talking about Greg Abbott after he did something historic yesterday, like he's Biden.
If he really wanted to do something major, they're not going to care that they're shipping these people to D.C.
Really? You really look at the big deal they made this week in D.C. about the fox that they caught around the Capitol. You've seen this story? They had a fox around the Capitol, and they just couldn't have it. And they sent out a whole team to catch the fox. They start dropping off thousands of illegal migrants from Central and South America inside the Beltway. You watch how quick they round them up, Pelosi and Biden, and it'll be all available online and on television to watch. No, you're wrong.
In my opinion, you want to make things hard, keep dumping them in Delaware. Start dumping them.
Oh, because he's going to D.C., not Delaware. No, I think D.C. is better. You know, D.C. is better. That's where they live. Hey, listen, I got to run, Andre. You called up against a break, but she could not be more wrong. Dump them in Delaware, not D.C. You're haggling over that? 1 hour down, 2 to go. Back after this.
AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
On the line, we have John Kaplan. He's Director of Neuropathy and CFO of Lighthouse Medical Center in Pompano. You've heard us talk about the Lighthouse Medical Center in Pompano. They've done miracles with Steve Kane and his neuropathy, and now John's going to tell us a little more detail about the treatments that they offer for neuropathy and the Lighthouse Medical Center. John, welcome to the program.
Good morning, Brian. How are you?
Doing great. Now, can you tell people, what is neuropathy?
Well, neuropathy is almost always a circulation issue. So when you don't have good circulation to your extremities, no matter what the cause, there's over 100 different causes of neuropathy, but no matter the cause, when there's lack of circulation to the extremities, that causes a wide range of symptoms for patients. It could be balance issues, pain, numbness, tingling, and a range of other symptoms as well. A lot of patients don't even realize they have peripheral neuropathy, or they've never been diagnosed with it, but they do know that they have the symptoms and wonder what that treatment would be to get that better.
Now, John, I have heard for years that people that have neuropathy, there's no treatment. You just got to learn to live with it. But that's not the case, is it?
No, sir, that's not the case.
You were a little tough on Andrea?
No. Well, she called up against a break. I was late, but no, she's crazy. That's crazy what she said.
There was a wild fox running around in D.C.
Yeah, they sent out a whole team in front of the Capitol. Steve Kane Show.
To discuss and study neuropathy further, and we've come up with a program over the last 6 or 7 years that has really changed the game in regards to neuropathy treatment. Most patients think that they go to the doctor, their family practice physician, whoever it may be, the neurologist, they end up getting put on Neurontin or they're that are going to mask the symptoms, not going to fix the problem. You don't increase circulation and fix that issue, it doesn't matter what else you do, you're not going to fix neuropathy. So we have come up with a wide range of treatments that we put into a detailed care plan for each patient depending on
Oh man, I got some good stuff. I've just scratched the surface, so after the break, I just got to rest my voice a little bit.
As well, and then we implement that over a 6-month treatment program that they do the majority of therapy at home and a few things here at the office.
Now,
Now, John, if someone is not local in Pompano, maybe they're somewhere else, maybe they're out of town. Maybe
No, I agree. Greg Abbott, what he did, I think Andrea was out of her mind on that.
Can you at Lighthouse Medical Center help them with their neuropathy?
Absolutely. I know you guys.
They also, before they give them the new phone, they've been giving them new clothes, too.
Telehealth medicine, where we're able to meet patients over the phone or the internet, do a telehealth exam, and then send them.
No, what he's doing, it's better than Delaware. Washington's the one doing this to us. And you'll get more press coverage in D.C. than you would also in Delaware.
Begins treatment for the neuropathy.
Because they got the whole Washington media base there. Oh, sorry guys. My throat's a little dry this morning.
Is a lack of sleep because their neuropathy bothers them at nighttime. That's one of the first symptoms to get better than the first week or two for most patients. Also, the numbness, tingling, and the lack of feeling in the feet. They will notice the difference in the first couple weeks. Some patients as soon as the next day, but usually about a week or so is when the first symptoms start to subside.
Well, I know Steve Kane began treatment on a Friday. I talked to him on a Monday, the Monday right after, and he already told me that there was just a massive improvement. It's been a huge change in his life. Now, John, Lighthouse Medical Center, this is amazing, has been in practice with the same family right here in Pompano for 75 years. That is amazing.
Yeah, Brian, we're really excited. This is our 75th anniversary, 3 generations of doctors here at Lighthouse Medical Center. We've been here for a long time. We've helped so many people, and that's just our passion, is to continue to help the community. We've now expanded beyond just here in the Fort Lauderdale area, see patients from all over the country via the telehealth, and we've had patients even as far as Canada come specifically to see us for their neuropathy issues.
If you are suffering...
What did Jim Lockwood say, Debbie? That was over the line. I missed what he said. I wasn't paying attention. That's not Jim Lockwood, by the way. That's a fake person. That's somebody pretending to be Jim Lockwood.
On the Steve Kane Show, 754-222-6642. 754-222-6642. And online, lighthousemedicalcenter.com. All right, well, John, thanks for your time, and we'll talk to you next time.
Thanks, Brian. Have a good day.
Attention seniors, protect yourself and your loved ones from losing your hard-earned assets to the government.
A tablespoon of honey. There's no honey at the radio station, Jacqueline. That's the problem.
Living Trust Seminar. It's free and will be held Tuesday, April 12th.
And if there was, it would be a community bottle, which I wouldn't use that.
Civic Center in Delray Beach. All living trust plans are not created equally. Find out why at Attorney Barry Siegel's free Living Trust Seminar. To make your reservation,
I don't think, I just saw that. I don't think that's what he said. Because there was a question mark at the end.
3782 855 FLA 3782. Seating will be limited, so call now to reserve your seat. 1-855-356.
Jim Lockwood and I had a phone conversation about something that did not involve politics. If you're the real Jim Lockwood, tell me what that conversation was about. It did not involve politics. Talked to Jim Lockwood on my cell phone. It was some time ago. All right, hour number 2 has begun. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. How am I doing so far, having been up since 1:15 in the morning? Jeez, I know, that's early. That's early. Listen to this. Matthew Martin. This is a name you're going to be hearing a lot today. Matthew Martin. You guys know who Matthew Martin is? You will. Matthew Martin has become the first January 6th defendant to be found not guilty on all charges. That's right. He actually was inside the Capitol. He told the judge, hold on guys, my microphone is not fitting right on my head. He told the judge that the Capitol Police let him in. And he's on video inside the Capitol Rotunda. And the judge believed him. He is the first January 6th defendant to be found not guilty on all charges. CBS News reporting. A judge on Wednesday found Matthew Martin of Santa Fe, New Mexico, not guilty of multiple counts related to the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. Martin is the first person charged in connection to the January 6th attack. They love saying attack, don't they? Who has been acquitted on all charges. Martin, the first January 6th defendant to take the stand in his own defense, admitted to being inside the Capitol on January 6th. He testified before Judge Trevor McFadden that after briefly attending the Trump rally, he went back to his hotel. He then returned to the Capitol for what he thought would be another rally and said he was let in by police, saying he didn't notice any security barrier. Wow. Martin testified that he entered the Capitol building, made his way through the rotunda, and left. Martin's movements on January 6th were documented using CCTV footage from inside the Capitol and data including video from his own cell phone. Martin was not charged in connection with any of the violence on January 6th and was not found to be a member of any extremist groups. Martin testified that when he returned to his hotel a second time, he exchanged text messages with his then supervisor from work, stating, "It was beautiful. I will remember today for the rest of my life." Martin also testified that after viewing, it goes on, and I need to go through all this. It's a long story. But he, the first January 6th defendant, found not guilty on all charges. And what's significant about this, and I think this other attorneys, these poor January 6th defendants, they don't have top-tier attorneys, a lot of them. I've seen a lot of the attorneys on Newsmax, and they look like ticket clinic guys, ticket defense guys. Their suits are not the they're not the $5,000 suit DC insiders, because the top DC attorneys will not get any clients in the future if they represent these guys. But the attorneys in these other cases will use Martin's case because he testified and the judge believed him. He went through the process, testified in his own defense, and the judge believed him, saying he was let in by the Capitol Police. That was his defense, and he was found not guilty in a court. So that's amazing, and a very important case. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Doug.
Yes, Doug.
I'm so glad that this guy was finally released. It's really nice to see that this not saying insurrection anymore. They're saying
attack. Yeah, they're trying to change it. It's like when global warming became climate change.
But this is great. Everybody should be let go, even the ones I think that.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know about that, but maybe not. I don't know. But I know this guy. He said that the police let him in, and the judge believed him, and he was found not guilty on all charges. I think that's a big deal. Hey, thanks for the call. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Richie.
Oh, hey, Richie.
Well, good morning, Brian. I hope you get some rest when you get home. First of all, it's a Trump. It was a President Trump appointed judge. The rest of them are all activists.
It doesn't matter. The legals. I tell you, you and Andrea. Oh man, I just broke my reading glasses. Oh great. Oh, great. Well, the lenses are still here. I just lost one of the arms, so it works. I buy these glasses I buy 6 of them at a time for $20, and because I'm losing them all over the place. You and Andrea, a lot of conservatives. Oh, Greg Abbott, he's not doing it right. You guys think like losers. The legal system is, a lot of it has to do with legal precedents. Now we have a federal case that can be cited all the way up to the Supreme Court in front of this pedophile apologist Ketanji, if she makes it up there. He said the police let him in, and a federal judge, there's a legal precedent there. This is huge. It's huge.
I want to talk about Abbott. See, I don't agree with Andrea, but in a way, I think this whole thing wasn't thought out.
Look at that.
I have a little experience about this. In 1979, I'm going back to when the Mariel boat people came in, and it was a contained situation. We were bringing in people from Cuba. They had buses that they were locking people up on. They were vetting them. I don't know how they found out they were criminals, but we had criminals mixed in with our buses, and we only had to take them to the Orange Bowl or Palm Beach. And the people on the bus, they all wanted to get off in Miami, and there was almost riots inside my bus. They went crazy and screaming and hysterical. Now, what I'm trying to tell you is they're putting people on these buses They don't know who they are. They know there are a lot of them are gangbangers, a lot of them are drug dealers, a lot of them are murderers. And not all of them, but a lot of them. They don't know. You wouldn't let some stranger in your home. Well, this is what...
Oh, so you think they'll hijack the buses?
You're expecting that they're going to behave themselves and sit...
Oh, no, Greg Abbott's not stupid. He's a Republican. He's a MAGA Republican endorsed by President Trump. You think he'll have state troopers on board? And there'll be an escort. There'll be police escorts, too.
20 seats per bus, so you can figure it out.
Okay. So we'll have 10 troopers on each bus, maybe. I don't know.
Well, they're going to have something, because when you have prisoner buses, you've seen them in Broward County. They have bars on them, and they're separated from the drivers.
I would not ride a county bus in Broward County today. It is not safe.
Had to murder 2 people killed on a bus, shot on a bus, and you're thinking you're going to be able to transport all these people all those hours? See, they're putting them on planes, and they're letting them go where they want. They're saying, where do you want to go in the United States?
Hawaii. I want to go to Hawaii. Okay.
It sounds sick.
Hawaii.
Listen, I watched on TV where they overran the Border Patrol, and they was throwing objects at them and everything else. These are not...
By the way, do you think they'll use prison buses? They might use prison buses.
They should. They shouldn't have, because you can't control. That's a lot of miles, a lot of time with all these people. You're outnumbered. What are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
The guy's going to, you think the state trooper's going to start shooting? You're not going to handcuff these people. You think he's going to start shooting on a bus and with kids?
Well, see, if they do some bus hijackings, and then we have like runaway buses, like in Speed or something, that benefits us too, because then it shows how dangerous these people are that Biden is letting into America.
We have a total collapse of our system in the United States. Anybody that's born, and that guy from Louisiana that called up is a total idiot.
You sure that's a guy? I'm not sure if that's a man or a woman.
Yeah, whatever the hell it is.
I don't know.
Might be one of the Democrats that what they're trying to push for. But I got to tell you something. This is out of control. The whole thing is out of control. I mean, and we're getting out of cell phones.
Yeah. Smartphones. So it's either an iPhone or an Android.
I have an Apple 7S.
Oh my gosh. Does it have a rotary dial on it? That's old.
No, it's the Apple 7S, and let me tell you something. I need a new phone, but at the same time, I can't really afford to start spending money.
I have an iPhone 12 Pro, and I got to have a good phone because I live stream on it here, like I'm doing now. And I'm getting to the point where I could use a new phone, but that I went to look at the 13. It's the exact same phone. It's a lot of money. I'm trying to wait for the 14. You know what I mean? But I guess if I go to Mexico and walk across the border, I'll just get the new. I want to know what phones they're getting.
I believe you could personally write your phone off on your tax.
You still got to pay for it. You still got to pay for it.
Mexico.
Richie's an accountant now. Hey, Richie, thanks for the call. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, Brian. This is Augustino.
Oh, long time no hear. How you been?
Well, I've got a broke leg, and that don't do me no good.
What happened?
Well, I fell.
Oh, my.
Let me get to the point. I've been watching you, and now I'm really disgusted about this thing. You're talking about the laptop. Missing? Is that what you said?
No.
What happened to the laptop?
The Hunter laptop from hell? Yeah. Well, I'm going to get into that after the break. But yeah, there's a big update on the. I did a live stream on YouTube yesterday afternoon about this. There's a whistleblower who has the Hunter laptop hard drive in his possession and has found thousands and thousands of undiscovered documents and images on it. He's fled America. He's in Geneva, Switzerland. And he's putting together an online database, kind of like WikiLeaks, the WikiLeaks of the Hunter Biden laptop from hell, so that anyone, anytime, from anywhere can access the images and data from the Hunter laptop. And he's doing this because he's afraid they're going to kill him. so he's getting all the information out there for his own safety.
Let me ask your opinion. I want to ask your honest opinion. Can Joe Biden be arrested?
A sitting president? No. No, you can't. He would have to do something pretty serious. No, you cannot arrest presidents of the United States. You can't even, no, there's a lot. They have executive privilege.
He's got something to do with it, Brian.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm listening to MSNBC, who are saying, I don't understand. This is what they're saying on MSNBC. I don't understand what the president's son's business dealings have to do with him. Listen, the laptop details Joe Biden's corrupt business, okay? He's just his money mule, Hunter. What did you fall on? You broke your leg. What kind of fall did you take? Fall off a ladder or something?
No, I just fell in a house.
Oh, man. Oh, you're an older guy, so you're brittle.
Yeah, 72 years old.
Oh.
I heard this about Hunter Biden. Makes me sick.
I know. Makes me sick, too. Hey, take care, Agostino. Oh, man. All right, I got to take a break. It's time for a break. All right, I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. Back after this.
Brian Craig here. You've heard us talk about the great low prices Friendly Tire has on new tires and used tires. They also do tire repairs. Listen to one of our listeners talk about their experience at Friendly Tire in Margate.
These broken reading glasses. Oh, Agostino's not drunk. He's just an old timer.
Tire a call right now. We'll give you a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. Don't waste time going anywhere else. You will never find prices as low as Friendly Tire in Margate.
Hi, Tom LaPorta here from LaPorta Contracting, Roofing, and Building Restoration. We survived the 2021 hurricane season. Now it's time to get your building envelope ready for the next season. LaPorta Contracting installs all types of roofs, from asphalt, clay, and concrete, standing metal seam, flat roofs, and slate tile systems. Our building restoration offers complete envelope protection to include siding, stucco, concrete restoration.
Yeah, I had LASIK done about 20 years ago, and when I got it, he said, when you get older, you're going to need reading glasses. I have 2015 vision, like far away, like the clock and everything. 2015, which is better than 2020, but I still need reading glasses now for up close.
Our number is 954-604-46.
So I buy these cheapo reading glasses on Amazon. I get like 5 or 6 for $20 because I'm always losing them and breaking them.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWNN.
All right, welcome back. It's the Steve Kane Show, 23 minutes after the hour. My name's Brian Craig. I'll take a call or two before we get into some other topics. Good morning, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Thomas from Boca.
Hey, Thomas, what's up?
You know, on the security on the at the Capitol on January 6th, most of the people were charged breaching security, which is the perimeter around the vice president. It's turned out, and it's all come to light that the vice president wasn't in the building, therefore there was no secure zone.
I don't know. Listen, here's I don't know. You know, this is what you got to go by is this is great because, you know, this guy being acquitted on all charges, his defense was the police let me in. And the judge believed him, and he's the first one acquitted on all charges. And this is the beginning of, this isn't like a theory or, I was watching the footage on Newsmax, and Greg Kelly showed the footage. This is a federal court, sworn testimony with federal prosecutors, a defender, and a federal judge appointed by a president of the United States and a federal court of law have determined and ruled that the Capitol Police let this gentleman, Martin, into the Capitol. It's a legal precedent. It is a fact now. Now we've got something to work with, right? We've got something to work with. And believe me, a lot of people are going to be looking into that and find out where he entered, who was on duty there, how did they let him in, etc., etc. This is the beginning of something big.
I mean, you and I both hope that's get these people that have been just charged with nothing. There are a few instigators that deserve to be in jail, but not most of the people. Just followed the crowd, went inside, and they're...
Well, a lot of it was hurting. I mean, a lot of people, I think, were forced in by the crowd. You can't get stomped on, So there's some of that involved, and I wouldn't have gone into the building. I told people called me. We knew there was a Trump rally, right, coming up in D.C. People called me on the air, and I said for weeks before that, do not go. Don't go to Washington. There's going to be nothing but trouble there. I had no idea this would happen. I figured Antifa, BLM, or something. I said, do not go. Only trouble can come from it. Okay? And, and look what happened. If I were there, I wouldn't have gone in. Go on.
I understand some of the Capitol Police just stand by. They stood in the sideline. People saw them not reacting to the crowd when they started marching in, like they were standing down.
Well, let me tell you, the Capitol breach. I'm pissed at those people that went in, and I'll tell you why. On the right, we have always had the moral high ground, okay? And I remember during the L.A. riots, right? The L.A. riots, for example, South Central, and the question would be, when have Republicans rioted? When have Republicans done these things? And now, regardless of how it happened, right? Regardless of how it happened, the media and the Democrats, and the history books are written by Democrat liberal college professors. The history books and the media and the Democrats will forever cite that as a MAGA Republican insurrection, and we are going to spend the rest of our lives talking about it because, listen, regardless of what say that it was real. It wasn't, but let's just say it was. Republicans have had one incident. How many have Democrats had? Not including, by the way, the Democrat insurrection of the Civil War, but you've got the BLM Summer of Love that we just had, Antifa, South Central LA, Watts, all these things. They go on and on and on. There's one incident in our nation's history with Republicans, and look what happened. And that is going to, that's what really burns me about the whole incident. We're going to have to defend that and explain it forever. It will never be let go. Never.
I agree, Juwan. I mean, I wish it never happened, but it did happen. So at least, but now they keep changing the name of it, saying it's a
attack.
And I don't know what you want to call it. It was a protest that got out. It was a...
Well, here's what happened. Here's what happened, okay? Antifa broke in. They broke into the window next to the door, crawled through, and opened up the door. Okay? But our people went in. Okay? Now, I remember I was watching that footage live at home, and it was disturbing, but, and you'll see this on some of the rerun. It's very interesting how the MAGA people were, most of them were walking between the velvet rope lines, and were, they got roped into this, and everything, and ended up in there. But most everybody in there was there were a couple of lunatics, the guy with his feet up on Pelosi's desk, a couple idiots like that, but most people handled themselves. And in what kind of attack or insurrection do the people just voluntarily leave? You understand what I mean?
But I mean, people walked in there, like you said, they were part of the herd, they went inside, and then they wound up in jail afterwards. They weren't there they had no plan to go into Washington that day to cause violence. They were going there.
Jacqueline, $50 super chat. Thank you. Everyone, please thank Jacqueline. I did the block on the porn person. Well, I don't think you would have gone into the building. I wouldn't have gone into the building. And I'll tell you, Greg Kelly really had some fascinating footage a month or so ago that I had not seen of Ashley Babbitt. Now remember, not everybody wearing MAGA clothes was MAGA. Remember, John Sullivan from Black Lives Matter was in MAGA gear. And actually, a Black Lives Matter person in MAGA gear is who filmed the murder of Ashley Babbitt. Okay? That came from John Sullivan. Right before that, though, Ashley Babbitt, this was a fascinating thing. Greg Kelly broke this. This was about a month ago. Ashley Babbitt, right before that incident happened, in front of the doors, you see her go up to some people in MAGA gear and stop them from going through the door into the speaker's hallway. It was amazing, and she diffused them. And and this was right around the time the cops walked away from the door, by the way. But this case will be the beginning of us getting to, by the way, thanks for the call, be the beginning of us getting to what really happened on that day. All right, listen, we're going to take our break for the bottom of the hour, and I've got a huge story to share with you after this break. So, and I don't do like Todd Schnitt, teasing people, to get you to listen through a break. I really don't do that, and I'm not doing it now, but I do have to break. Don't miss the next segment. My name's Brian Craig. You are listening to The Steve Kane Show. This is Florida's longest running radio show. On the radio since 1977. Celebrating 45 years on the radio this year, The Steve Kane Show. We'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
A sniffle here and a sneeze there. Your first thought is...
Everyone, please thank Jacqueline. If you're new here, please subscribe. Everyone like the video. Click that notification bell.
Have your allergies tested at any lab test now of Coral Springs or any lab test now of Boca. Any lab test now of Coral Springs is located at 955 North University Drive on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood by the Coral Square Mall. Give them a call, 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any lab test now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza. That's where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto and north of Hillsboro. Call them at 561-237-5009. 561-237-5009. They will test for both environmental and food allergies. No appointment is necessary. And make sure you mention you heard about them on The Steve Kane Show.
Hi, this is Lori Kane, and I want to talk to you about Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental Care. I just love Dr. Gupta.
Oh, man. What a day.
He always has time.
It is Thursday already.
He never does unnecessary work.
We're going to get into the laptop after the break.
Affordable. And if you need implants, go see
I'm going to play the audio of the whistleblower who's in hiding in Switzerland.
954-922-4633. That's 954-922-4633. BrightonDentalCare.com.
It's not the same radio station. 1977 was 45 years ago.
And your loved ones from losing your hard-earned assets to the government, attorneys, and greedy in-laws. You are invited to attend Attorney Barry Siegel's Living Trust Seminar.
Breaking my reading glasses is a big pain in the butt.
From 2 to 3 p.m. at the South County Civic Center in Delray Beach. All living trust plans are not created equal.
But luckily, I have more reading glasses at home.
Siegel's free Living Trust Seminar. To make your reservation for this free Living Trust Seminar, call the Siegel Law Group right now.
I've worn reading glasses for years. I'm going to be 51 years old this month. April 20th is my birthday.
Seating will be limited, so call now to reserve your seat. 1-855-352-3782. 1-855-352-3782.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWNN.
All right, 33 minutes after the hour, it's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Welcome back, everyone. All right, so this is huge. This story broke yesterday. You're going to hear some dramatic audio in just a moment. Listen to this. The Daily Mail broke this yesterday. Whistleblower who handed Hunter Biden's abandoned laptop, the laptop from hell, to congressmen and the Daily Mail reveals that he has 450 gigabytes of deleted material, including 80,000 images and videos. He's fled to Switzerland, fearing retaliation from the White House. The whistleblower's name is Jack Maxey. who looks a little bit like Robert Redford. He could be Robert Redford's stunt double back in the Sundance days. Whistleblower Jack Maxey gave the Daily Mail a copy of the Hunter Biden hard drive. The Daily Mail published dozens of stories exposing Hunter's drug use, sex obsession, and questionable business dealings. For the past 2 weeks, Jack Maxey has been hiding in Zurich, Switzerland, working with IT experts to dig out more data from the laptop from hell. He says he intends to post them all online in a database where everyone can access them in the coming weeks, kind of like Project Veritas. Jack Maxey here is kind of like the new Julian Assange, right? He is in Switzerland fearing retaliation from the Biden administration. He says that after contacting the Daily Mail about the laptop from hell last year, black suburban SUVs appeared outside his home. Yeah, I mean, this is we're really, guys, in some scary territory. Now, he has been interviewed by the Daily Mail, and I have that, and I'm going to share it with you in just a moment here. But this interview is him in Switzerland. All right, he is in Switzerland during this interview, and it's pretty shocking stuff. If you're on hold, stand by. I want to play this in its entirety and uninterrupted. This is Jack Maxey speaking to the Daily Mail in hiding in Geneva.
Visible emails were about 8,000 of them, but 120,000 of them were in archives and very difficult to reach, and sometimes the search bar didn't work, as we now know.
Steve Kane Show.
So
Steve
at first we thought we were just going to bring to the fore all the things that Merriman and Associates had found: 128,000 emails, 28,000 images, yada yada. We did that very quickly, but my guys were so good, and one of them particularly said, I feel like there's more there, Jack. Can I look? I said, sure. You know, all I know how to do is turn on my computer. That's about it. And he started searching. First thing we found were 4,000 little microscopic thumbnails of erased pictures. Those pictures were brought up. We can see them all. Then I'm sitting there. I've been on the phone, as you can imagine, all week. And he says, my God, I just found another 20 gigabytes of this and that and this and that. And ultimately we found 450 gigabytes of what Hunter thought was erased material. Now, some of it was duplicate, but amongst those things were 80,000 images and videos. And when my tech guy first started looking at them, it was very uncomfortable. Many of them were young girls, for some reason, sending pictures to Hunter with their tongues out. And I said, you've got to stop. You have to stop. If he meant to erase these pictures, I was feeling there could be a high likelihood that there was something that no man or woman with a soul would want to see, and then I would be instantly obligated to go to the Swiss police. And I wanted to make sure before that eventuality had to come to pass that we had archived all the other material. Now, since then, we found thousands and thousands of PDFs we didn't know about. We believe that we've been able to scrape all the attachments. We keep finding more and more things. And so that became quite horrifying. And that's where we are, people. And in short order, I'm going to make it available to the world. My original intention on coming here was to make copies for the United States Senate, the House of Representatives, and U.S. law enforcement, because every single crime that Hunter committed, other than espionage, is also a state crime. Pedophilia, money laundering, grooming of children, human trafficking, drug dealing. All these crimes can be prosecuted at the state level. And as I said earlier, why would we wait for Mrs. Peter Strzok to do something about it? Because we know her husband didn't do anything about it, because he testified against the president in the first impeachment while being in possession of Hunter's laptop. Here's something that I think everybody has to understand, and I've not gotten a clear answer. The Washington Post has not gotten a clear answer. Josh, I don't believe you've gotten a clear answer. The Senate Judiciary Committee, who finally contacted me about a month ago, had no answer. It appears that FBI agent who picked up Hunter's laptop and those who he was associated with never filed Hunter Biden's laptop into evidence at the FBI. The FBI received the laptop on the 9th of December 2019, but they actually were informed of its existence earlier. Now, what did they do about it? I don't know. I've not seen any confirmation that they've done anything. As far as I can tell, the trial in Delaware is about taxes. It's not about abusing children. It's not about trafficking women. It's not about putting in jail the crack dealers all across America who Hunter used to keep his habit up. And I think it's very important that I say this right now. The crack laws in the United States of America put almost 200,000 African American males in jail. Anybody can look it up. The ACLU did a study about a lost generation. Joe Biden wrote that law. That law made 1 gram of crack cocaine equal to 100 grams of powder. And it destroyed entire communities. So BLM, if you're listening, I hope you're getting your blood pressure up. Because Hunter never got prosecuted.
Wow, that's amazing. And that's Jack Maxey. He is the laptop whistleblower. He is at a secure location somewhere in Geneva, Switzerland, with IT experts. He is in such fear for his life, he's gone to Switzerland, and he's putting together with these IT experts I said Project Veritas earlier. I might have. He's putting together like a WikiLeaks site just for the laptop from hell, for his own safety. He's putting together this Julian Assange WikiLeaks-like database of everything from and the stuff that he's talking about are things that we don't yet have not yet seen, that his IT experts have uncovered, these 80,000 other files and images and the other things. He's going to put together an online database where anyone at any moment in time, you, me, anyone, can access this information. He figures if it's all out there, he'll be safe. And he's a very smart guy. Notice what he did at the end with Black Lives Matter is obsessed over the sentencing guidelines between crack and powdered cocaine. And boom, he's got it right there. This is huge stuff. Let me give out the number. I'm going to go to the phones right now. If you're on hold, stand by. But I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. This is the beginning of something big. Big, big, big. 1-888-GO-CANE-1. It's a toll-free call. 1-888-465-2631. 1-888-465-2631. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Dave and Melissa in Newmarket, Virginia.
Dave and Melissa, both, okay, in Virginia. What's up?
Well, if the people was able to get the full information from the mainstream media of how many carry that border, maybe it would scare them to go to the right side instead of being on the left.
Mm-hmm. Now, we had a call on this show yesterday. Mike from New York. Was it Mike? I think it was Mike from New York that called in. Or was it Lewis from New York? I can't remember. But anyway, one of our callers said Democrats would rather pay $20 a gallon than have Donald Trump reelected in 2024. Not much is going to flip Democrats that aren't already flipped. These are sick people. But Greg Abbott has 900 buses that he is going to load up with illegal migrants in Texas, and he's going to drive them to the Capitol steps in D.C. And, Richie was talking about how dangerous this is. There could be bus hijackings, right? This is going to be a very... Well, what happened? Well, these are dangerous people, some of them. If that happens, this Governor Abbott bus convoy of illegal migrants heading to Washington, D.C. will be very heavily covered. People like Right Side Broadcasting, Newsmax TV, and others will cover it every step of the way. And if there's a bus hijacking, then people will have to say, "Whoa, what's going on here?" You understand what I'm saying? So this is not equal, but it's close. The closest thing I've seen for a while, and Donald Trump building the wall. You know, I mean, this is amazing.
Yeah, and I think that Nancy Pelosi, she'll probably come out and shake everybody's hand.
Oh no, those that first off, they're going to try to stop them along the way, but the buses that get through, some of them will get through, some of them will not. Who knows what will happen? It's a long way across America, but Pelosi and Biden don't want them there. They want them in Texas. They want them in Florida. They don't want them in the Beltway. Okay, and they're going to stop them. They're going to try to stop them from getting there, and when they open up the bus doors, they're going to apprehend them.
Yeah, and they don't realize how much Greg Abbott's put out. So to have his deputies and his rangers and stuff down there on the border to keep them out. So I mean, people don't realize this. He's trying. He's doing the best he can. And why didn't Mexico help to build the wall? Why ain't Mexico helping to build the wall now? Because if the people...
Well, that's not true. That Mexico helped Trump... No. Mexico helped Trump quite a bit, and Mexico also paid for the wall, like President Trump promised. You know, they didn't write a check. They didn't write a check and say, here's $80 billion and put in the memo for the wall. When President Trump renegotiated NAFTA into the YMCA or whatever that was called, you know what I'm talking about? When he renegotiated NAFTA into that new plan, that was when Mexico paid for the wall. He had him do it through that trade agreement, restructuring the trade agreement. That Mexico paid for the wall. Yeah, I mean, President Trump's brilliant. No one thought that the Mexicans were going to write a check for the wall, but they paid for it by the new trade deal.
Yeah. Well, Brian, it was good talking to you, and I'll be calling you again some other time.
All right. Oh, by the way, how lucky are you? You got a great new governor. Your lieutenant governor, Winsome Sears, she's spectacular.
Yeah, she is. And, if things didn't keep happening every single day, something new to where we could just work on the problems we have now, then, a lot more could get done.
Indeed. All right. Take care, Virginia. Good to hear from you. All right, listen, we're going to take our last break of the second hour. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show. My name's Brian Craig. The Steve Kane Show has been on the radio since 1977. This is the longest-running radio show in the state of Florida, celebrating 45 years on the radio, The Steve Kane Show. That's right. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
From neuropathy, maybe you do, don't even know it. Do you have numbness, pain, burning, or tingling in your hands and feet, muscle weakness, loss of balance?
Keurig has no caffeine in it. None.
Maybe you have no feeling at all. The symptoms can make life unbearable, but there is help at
Keurig is a con.
754-222-6642 for a no-charge consultation and say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. 754-222-6642. Online, lighthousemedicalcenter.com. Brian Craig here. When it comes to auto repair, you want a garage that you can trust. Someone that will only do work on your car when your car needs work. Introducing Champagne Automotive in Boca Raton, the latest sponsor of the Steve Kane Radio.
See, here's the other arm of my glasses.
Tell us about his experience with Champagne Automotive.
Hi, this is Tom from Tamarack.
Hey, Tom from Tamarack, what's up?
I just want to tell you guys something. I spent the last 2 days trying to get brakes for my car. I was leaving the house yesterday to go try another place that had a lower price. They wanted $800 for brakes, and that advertisement came on for Champagne. I live in Western Tamarack, and said, let me take a drive up there. Well, I was almost blown over how friendly, honest, old school people are.
That's really the term that really describes it.
But let me tell you, the guy I had gone to previously won $800. He said, well, you need to take your power steering fluid, and Ed, the owner, put the car up in the lift, pull the wheels.
No, and Kathy, for my birthday a year or two ago, she got me off of In the Kitchen with David on QVC. She got me that Nespresso. You know, the Nespresso. Because, I need coffee bad, to broadcast. And each cup was so... it didn't taste that good, the Nespresso. And each cup was just so expensive. Every K-cup. It was like over $4 a pod. And I drink 4 cups of espresso every morning. Cost me less than one pod from the Nespresso.
Immediately west of Dixie Highway. The number
It's okay. I told you, I buy these 5 or 6 in a pack for $20 on Amazon because I'm always losing them. So I don't mind when they break. It's fine. I just got to get through the show.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on
They're cheap.
Just search for WWN.
Alrighty. 49 minutes after the hour, it's the Steve Kane Show. Steve will be joining us after the top of the hour break, and I'm going to recap the Greg Abbott story when Steve joins us, and also the whistleblower. Chris Wallace is a real, what would Trump call him? A beaut. A piece of work. And I don't mean work. Piece of something else. Chris Wallace, you know, he was fired from Fox News. Don't let them say that he left on his own, okay? And can't stand that guy. Can't stand that guy. He sat down with Fauci, another beaut. And you don't hear me play clips. I hear people all the time playing audio sound bites on programs from Fauci. I don't remember. When's the last time you heard me play anything with Fauci? I'm only playing this for you so you can hear how sick and twisted Chris Wallace is. Gotten through life on his daddy's good name. Chris Wallace is a real piece of work. This is disgusting, this interchange between Chris Wallace and Fauci on this CNN app. I don't have the CNN app. I saw this on social media yesterday and pulled it up to play for you. Listen.
The U.S. has recorded 980,000 plus COVID deaths so far. So we're going to hit the million mark.
For sure.
Very shortly.
For sure.
I mean, in a matter of days or a couple of weeks. Question, if the government had been smarter right from the start in March of 2020 in dealing with this, less, and I would say over the course of the 2 years, both under President Trump and to some degree under President Biden, less politics, more public health, could we have had a lot fewer deaths?
Okay, that's Chris Wallace, who, you know, there's an expression, I did not originate this, but it's an expression that applies to Chris Wallace. He's a man of a few thousand words. But what this lowlife scumbag did just now, Chris Wallace, you see what he just did? He said to Fauci, asked Fauci, are thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions dead because of Trump? Did Trump kill Americans? That's what he's saying. He's blaming Trump for COVID deaths. Because from the beginning.
Believe so.
Oh. And Fauci agrees that Trump killed people. You know, a bunch of jerks. I'm not going to play any more of it. I can't hear it. And he agrees with him. My goodness. These are just terrible, terrible people. Terrible people. Never seen anything like these people. You know? Now Marjorie Taylor Greene. You guys love Marjorie Taylor. Who does not love Marjorie Taylor Greene? Come on. Isn't she the best? Now, there's a couple things here with Marjorie Taylor Greene in the news today. And, well, I'll get to those in a minute. I wanted to share this first. I've had this sitting on my iPad for the last hour, and I haven't gotten to it, but I'm going to talk about it now. This is a story out of Florida. An illegal alien has been charged with killing a 72-year-old man and injuring 3 others in a drunk driving crash in Walton County, Florida. This is a story in Breitbart. An illegal alien has been charged with killing a 72-year-old man and injuring 3 others here in Florida. He's a 42-year-old illegal alien. He was charged with 1 count of DUI manslaughter, 3 counts of DUI causing serious bodily injury, driving with an expired license, and driving with... What? Hey, Governor Desantis, what is it? He has an expired driver's license? He's an illegal alien. How do you get a driver's license? The Walton County Sheriff's Office. Where in Florida is Walton County? I'm not familiar with Walton County. The Walton County Sheriff's Office confirmed he's an illegal alien. The Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, ICE, has placed a detainer on him so that if he is released, they will take over custody. According to a report issued by the Florida Highway Patrol, exclusively obtained by Breitbart News, He was driving drunk in Walton County April 3rd when he crashed into the back of another vehicle and caused an 8-vehicle crash as a result. Perry Adrian Cole. Perry Adrian Cole, a 72-year-old resident of Palmetto Bay, Florida, a fellow Floridian, was involved in the crash, rushed to Sacred Heart Medical Center in Santa Rosa, Florida, where he was pronounced dead as a result of his injuries. This is just weeks after a Haitian illegal alien brutally murdered a Florida husband and the wife in Daytona Beach, Florida. And another innocent Floridian lost his life at the hands of an illegal alien in Walton County. Governor Ron DeSantis' office wrote an exclusive statement to Breitbart News. Okay. Do you remember there was that movie with Minority Report with Tom Cruise based on a book? Remember that? And do you remember what Minority Report, the movie, was about? It was the Office of Pre-Crime. They had these 3 psychics in a pool of something, and they could see crime before it happened, and they would arrest people who did nothing wrong, but they would do it in the future. And you know, that seems crazy. But actually, we have a system of pre-crime. They're just not doing their job. It's called ICE, Immigration Custom Enforcement. This 72-year-old Floridian killed by this illegal migrant here in Florida. This, if it weren't for Joe Biden, could have been prevented. All these crimes, all these deaths, it's just like Minority Report. We are the Office of Pre-Crime. You don't let them into the country illegally. You come here, you're undocumented, you're whoever you say. You know, if you're a criminal, you come in, you get a whole new identity. It's like the Witness Protection Program. And you get a cell phone now, a smartphone, with unlimited usage and data. These crimes, all murders are bad, all deaths are bad, but these are worse because these are preventable crimes that are only happening because Democrats, Biden and the rest, are allowing it. Now let's take a change of pace because that's some serious stuff there. Oh boy! And let's check in with Janet Cimarelli from AJ's Natural Wellness Shop in the Festival Marketplace with the Morning Health Report. Janet, good morning.
Good morning, Brian. About how to protect your vision. There are probably lots and lots of your listeners who don't know that they can use nutrition to protect their vision. So they can find Janet's Best Vision, 2 capsules a day with the recommended amount of lutein that they need to work as prevention for macular degeneration. Jaro Vision Maximizer. Vitamin C, so many different approaches to support your vision. Lutein is the important nutrient to benefit macular degeneration, and you need to be taking enough of it. So many of the recommendations from the ophthalmologist don't contain enough lutein. You need at least 20 milligrams. If you've already been diagnosed with macular degeneration, you need 40 milligrams. You need astaxanthin, zeaxanthin. You need EPA, icosapentaenoic acid. That minimizes the damage, reduces inflammation, and it moisturizes. That's the important anti-inflammatory part of fish oil. Then, if you're dealing with allergies, red, itchy eyes, a lot of people dealing with that these days, Nutramastic nasal spray clears up that whole upper respiratory system. Similsan is a homeopathic formula specifically for red, irritated, itchy eyes. So come on into AJ's because we've got all of those things to protect your vision.
Absolutely. And AJ's Natural Wellness Shop is located in the Festival Marketplace. The festival just east of the Turnpike on the south side of Sample Road. And when you go inside the festival, head back towards the food court, look west, and AJ's is right in front of the information booth. All right, Janet, have a good day. We'll finish out the week tomorrow. All right, take care. All right, now Steve Kane will be joining us after the top of the hour. I want to give out the number. Our number is toll-free 1-888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. Anything I've brought up since 6 a.m. is fair game to discuss from now until the end of the show at 9 a.m. I'm going to do some recapping with Steve on both this incredible move by Governor Greg Abbott as well as the Hunter Biden laptop from hell, whistleblower, and more too. We got a lot going on here this morning and only 1 hour to go. All right, 2 hours down, 1 to go. You're listening to Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. That's right. Celebrating 45 years on the radio this year, The Steve Kane Show. 1977. Star Wars in theaters for its first release. That's right. Three's Company made its debut on network television, as well as The Steve Kane Show, 1977. We'll take our break for the top of the hour and be right back.
We've got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Do you suffer from neuropathy? Maybe you do and you don't even know it. Do you have numbness, pain, burning, or tingling in your hands and feet? Muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching? Are you not sleeping? Does it feel like pins and needles in your hands and feet? Maybe you have no feeling at all. The symptoms can make life unbearable, but there is help at the Lighthouse Medical Center. Call 754-222-6642 for a no-charge consultation and say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. 754-222-6642. Online, lighthousemedicalcenter.com.
We've got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
This is Brian Craig. I've been telling you about the great deals and incredible customer service at Friendly Tire on both new tires and used tires. One of our listeners, Antonio, went to Friendly Tire and called to share with us his experience of buying used tires at Friendly Tire in Margate.
Good morning, you're on the radio.
Hey, yes, Brian, I want to give you a quick testimony about the tire place up in Margate, Friendly Tire. Friendly Tire, everything you said it would be, man. I went up there and got me some used tires, and when I went up there, man, he was very courteous. My whole family's going for that, man. Everything you said it was going to be, man. I appreciate you for that, man, and Mike's a great guy, man.
Well, what's your name?
Antonio.
All right, Antonio. Hey, I'm glad we could save you and your family lots of money on tires at Friendly Tire.
Oh, no doubt, man. Thanks so much, man.
Do what Antonio did. Stop into Friendly Tire and find incredible deals on both new and used tires. Give Friendly Mike a call right now. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. And Mike will give you a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445 for Friendly Tire in Margate. Attention seniors, protect yourself and your loved ones from losing your hard-earned assets to the government, attorneys, and greedy in-laws. You are invited to attend Attorney Barry Siegel's Living Trust Seminar. It's free and will be held Tuesday, April 12th from 2 to 3 p.m. at the South County Civic Center in Delray Beach. All living trust plans are not created equally. Find out why at Attorney Barry Siegel's Free Living Trust Seminar. To make your reservation for this free Living Trust Seminar, call the
By the way, guys, my podcast that I do with my wife, separate from this show, the Brian Craig Show podcast, is now on all podcast platforms, including Spotify and on Audible. You can now get my podcast on Audible. The Brian Craig Show podcast. Pretty amazing. Oh, yeah, I was a big fan of Three's Company. Yeah. Audible and Spotify now. I'm on every podcast platform. The Brian Craig Show podcast, named the number 3 must listen to conservative podcast in America. So,
they'll even help when you're in the hospital. I Will Advocate clients are family, and they go to bat for their family when you need them the most. Let them.
Yeah, I did not know about the Audible until this morning. Audible, that's like, now I'm like, you know, I'm legit.
954-345-1214. No matter where you're located throughout the state of Florida or nationwide. 954-345-1214. 954.
Oh yeah, I love Seinfeld.
1214.
Jason Alexander's parents, who have passed, were listeners of the program. Had him on the show, the father and the mother. Everybody's retired to Florida, that's why. Yeah, they called in before. Jason Alexander's parents. I cannot remember their names. Alrighty, we are back. Third and final hour has begun. My name is Brian Craig. Thankfully, Steve Kane joining us. You with us, Steve? I have been up since 1:15 a.m. I had to get up and take my daughter to the airport. Well, you know, she's 23. You know, it's what you know. You can do it while you can.
Youngest daughter, I found this out the other day in a conversation with her. She is. I have so many kids that I kind of lost track of their ages.
She's one of the white ones, right? You got to think. Yes. Okay.
Actually, this particular daughter is the one that I have that is not adopted.
Yes.
Yeah, natural. She's 40 years old. 40 years old. And what I remember of her is running around in a soccer field when she was 20. It's like time just, I don't know where it goes.
I'll tell you something that's scary. This is something that is very scary to me. Then we'll get back to the issues, guys. My birthday is this month, April 20th. And, of course, I have the same birthday as Adolf Hitler. I don't know how that happened, but, you know. Adolf Hitler's birthday and my birthday, both April 20th. But this year, on my birthday, I will be the same age you were when we started working together.
Wow.
I know. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I know. So, you know, whatever. It's what it is. It goes by quick. Exactly. That's true.
This is the most educated that the American public have ever been about what's going on in the country. And it's just astounding when, you know, the more people who are aware of what's happening, it makes a big difference. I think, I guess we're going to, this whole campaign is going to be about proving that one way or the other. But I think people know what's going on now, and they don't like it.
Now, you know, I wanted to recap two things I've done today, and I want to do the Greg Abbott one first because the laptop from hell whistleblower I want to do after the break when we have some more time because I want to play that uninterrupted, and it's 4 minutes long, and it's an unbelievable thing. But Greg Abbott. What Greg Abbott did yesterday, he has 900 buses he's going to fill with illegal immigrants, and he's going to bus them to the Capitol steps in Washington, D.C. Let me play the audio. He actually signed the order. This is not just some politician saying something. See, you know, President Trump has given us this new wave, these MAGA Republicans, Trumplicans, like Greg Abbott, Ron DeSantis, and others, and these are doers. Right, not talkers like a lot of politicians. So let me cue this up. Hold on. Here's Governor Greg Abbott yesterday at this historic press conference.
Second, to help local officials whose communities are being overwhelmed by hordes of illegal immigrants who are being dropped off by the Biden administration. Texas is providing charter buses to send these illegal immigrants who have been dropped off by the Biden administration to Washington, D.C. We are sending them to the United States Capitol where the Biden administration will be able to more immediately address the needs of the people that they are allowing to come across our border. To get that going, I'm going to send a letter to Chief Nim Kidd with the Texas Division of Emergency Management, who will be in charge of this operation.
And then he signed the order right there, and it's done. And this is not a stunt because they're going to go there. And I was talking to a caller in the first hour. There was a story that got a lot of press yesterday that's so stupid about the fox at the Capitol. Did you see this? Okay, they had a fox at the Capitol, and we had a fox in mine. They killed it. Yeah. Yes, I do. Yeah, and we had a fox in my neighborhood, and, you know, they eat little schnauzers and stuff, and some of the people in the community hired a fox hunter, and people were shocked to find that fox hunters, when they trapped them, killed them. We thought they were going to capture it and take it out to the Everglades and leave it in the Everglades, and just like that, they killed. So I don't know where PETA is, but they killed a fox who was just minding its own business in its own natural habitat up there around the Capitol. But they had a whole dragnet out about this. Imagine 900 buses with illegals pull up at the Capitol steps that Greg Abbott has sent up there with the Texas Rangers, led by Chuck Norris, right? And they start dropping off these illegals at the Capitol steps. If they had a meltdown over a fox, what are they going to do with these illegals, Steve? Pelosi and Biden.
I mean, the beauty of it, it puts them in such an embarrassing situation because they've been foisting this phenomena that they're doing on the rest of America. Now it's going to get foisted on them, and it puts them in a position where they either have to take action in terms of trying to stop them, or, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
It'll play out by them rounding them up and getting rid. They don't want them around them.
That's going to make them. I think that'll make the point to America.
That's right.
These people are total hypocrites. Total hypocrites.
Yeah, and it's an amazing thing. And Greg Abbott is brilliant. I wonder if he consulted with President Trump before he did that. That sounds like something Trump came up with the buses, because he could have said airplanes, but see, buses. You know, you've got the whole trek across America. You get to see the buses pull up off of the Beltway and come in front of the Capitol. It's an airport. You know, you don't get the same dramatic effect with the planes. So that's Trump-like thinking. That's very Trump-esque, and you know, a Trumpian idea. I think it's beautiful, and I'm very excited about it. And the last thing these people in Washington want are 900 buses of illegals. By the way, it's going to be an endless loop. It's not just one-time thing. The buses will drop them off, come back, and fill up again, and go back, and it'll be a loop. And I like how he says it, so that the Biden administration can better firsthand deal with this thing. You know, they're closer.
The hypocrisy.
Oh my goodness, that's like that's the last little nugget that he threw in there, so that the Biden administration can better deal with them firsthand.
What do you think they're going to do? I mean,
panic.
They're in a panic now. They're not going.
Well, I will say this: they may not know about it because CNN and MSNBC did not report. Probably.
They know about it.
Oh my goodness.
Between the rock and the hard place, what can they do?
Well, the White House right now is in crisis because you know I was watching. I saw this morning a better view of the footage with Obama and Joe, and what Obama did to Joe Biden, he blew him off. Did you see when Joe came up behind Obama, put his hand on his shoulder, and said, "Barack, come over here," and Obama didn't even acknowledge him.
Walked away.
Yeah, it was, and then Biden's like, you know, threw his hand like, "What the hell?" You know, I'm the president now, and you know, it was brutal. So there's probably some chaos going on over that.
Oh, it didn't just start.
How humiliating! How humiliating!
You know, the turning point I think was the laptop.
Oh yeah, but.
Not convinced at all.
See, I think Obama went out of his way to do that. He doesn't want anything to do with Joe. He really doesn't. He was at the White House for himself, right? I mean, for the Obamacare anniversary and all that. You know, that was really a statement. I've never seen a president of the United, you know, and this is the guy, Biden, who couldn't get the Saudis on the phone. Remember, they wouldn't take his call? You know, I've never seen a president of the United States like that. And Greg Kelly said it's almost impossible for whoever the sitting president is to be ignored in the White House. No one was even interested in him. That Obama blow-off, that's never happened to a president before. Not of the United States. I mean, that...
All those people who talk about the fact that Biden will never quit, you get put enough of these slights back to back and these insults back to back, he must really be a mess at this point.
Oh yeah. Now, you know, I wanted to talk to you a little bit because I've had some people ask me about this, Steve. How is your neuropathy treatment progressing from Lighthouse Medical Center?
Amazing. I never would have dreamed it possible because, you know, there's a lot of the conventional wisdom is that neuropathy is this uncurable thing, or that you can't really do anything to limit the pain, and it is really annoying. It's a combination of pain and numbness and all this, and when you got it, the conventional wisdom is that you're stuck with it. But I got to tell you, these wonderful folks at Lighthouse Medical, they have a procedure and I don't know what's called a procedure.
Maybe it's a treatment plan. There you go, treatment plan. Yeah.
I was amazed that after only 2 days.
Steve Kane Show.
And every day it gets better and better. It's just amazing.
Yeah, that's great. Now, and I want to tell people a couple things here. One, I have always heard my whole life that people that have neuropathy, you're out of luck. There's no treatment. There's no cure. There's no nothing. Just deal with the torture. You know, the numbness, pain, burning, that tingling. Is it kind of like when you, like your leg falls asleep and you get that pain? Is that what it's like? Yeah. And Lighthouse Medical Center has a treatment, and it obviously works because you're hearing Steve here. And one thing about Lighthouse Medical Center that's so important to point out, Lighthouse Medical Center is a medical practice that has been in practice with the same family of health professionals, the same family of doctors in Pompano for 75 years. Same family of doctors. Is that amazing? And it's called Lighthouse Medical Center in Pompano because there is a really cool lighthouse in Pompano right down the street. I don't know how many of you have ever been by or visited the Pompano Lighthouse. It's next time you go over there, Steve, you should drive by it. But for Steve Kane listeners, it's a completely free consultation with Lighthouse Medical Center. You know what? You may have neuropathy and don't even know it. If you have any of these symptoms we're talking about, numbness, pain, burning, tingling in your hands and feet, are you experiencing muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle, yeah. Does it feel like pins and needles in your hands and feet? Maybe you don't have any feeling at all. There's other signs and symptoms too, but if you're experiencing any of those things, you may have neuropathy and do not even know it. Find out. You can take advantage of you don't already have to have been diagnosed with neuropathy, okay, to take advantage of the free consultation. Here's the number, and if you miss this number, go to stevekaneshow.com, click on the sponsor page. There's a button right at the top of the website. All of our sponsors are listed there. 754-222-6642. 754-222-6642. Back after this.
Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers. Whatever car or truck you have, I can get you incredible deals on any tire. I also do tire repairs at very low prices. Give me a call. My number is 954-977-9445. I will give you a price over the phone on new and used tires. Again, my number is 954-977-9445. Thank you.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for W.
All right, we are back, and real quick here, Friendly Mike at Friendly Tire is looking to hire someone who has experience with tire installation. So if you have any tire experience, give him a call. He is hiring. All right, we're back. Juan, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, it's Juan. How are y'all?
Now, did I say Juan? What's your name? Where are you calling from? After I said, see, I've been up since 1:15, man. So I'm getting a little loopy now. Yeah, I said Juan, you're on the air, what's your name and where you're calling from after I'd said your name. I'm getting like Biden. I got an excuse, and I don't have the nuclear football back here either,
Yeah, well, listen, that's a good thing since you've been up since 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, my goodness.
I haven't heard you say, and I'm sorry, I joined, and good morning, Steve. DeSantis is one-upping Greg Abbott. He's gonna send these illegals from here in Florida to Delaware.
That's right.
Oh, that's the best.
And Delaware, yes, indeed. And,
the best.
Yeah, but because Ron DeSantis is not going to be outdone by anybody, or not.
Steve
But the
Kane
MAGA
Show.
people, the MAGA people
They buried him.
is a soft, what I would call a soft rebellion. But nevertheless, the other thing that I don't remember if I heard it on the Eric Bolling show or if I heard it on Greg Kelly, where Rush Limbaugh, the God rest his soul, predicted the rebellion against Joe Biden, and it's also called by Obama. I don't know if you guys heard that, but Steve, you gotta. I recommend strongly that you listen to Newsmax because you get so much more information.
Well, now that One American News is no longer on DirecTV, you got no. Yeah. Well, Okay, so this is actually a very good point. So Ron DeSantis is sending the illegals to Delaware, and Greg Abbott is sending them to Washington. So now we have two centers of liberalism. Delaware's a sanctuary state, by the way. We have two centers of Democrat control that have to show their hypocrisy to the world.
But Ron DeSantis came up with a better idea because they're going to block Greg Abbott over there in D.C., like you said this morning, earlier today. But in Delaware, they can drop.
Well, no, actually, listen, you're not going to find anyone who's a bigger fan of Ron DeSantis than me, other than his wife, Mrs. DeSantis, right? But Ron DeSantis, he said in that same press conference that Biden stopped sending them here because he threatened that. They stopped. So they were flying them in the middle of the night. He said they stopped doing that.
If Biden said it, I believe the opposite. But if DeSantis said that they stopped sending them here, of course But I think he might have thrown that out there to say, hey, listen to the other governors that are going to follow Abbott's.
It was my idea. He wants to get credit for it. Maybe so. Yeah. Hey, listen, appreciate the call, Juan. Now, listen, we are just a few days away. Just a few days from now, actually, it's Tuesday. Attorney Barry Siegel and the Siegel Law Group will be having their Living Trust seminar at the South County Civic Center in Delray Beach. And on the line, we have Attorney Barry Siegel. Good morning, Barry.
Hey, good morning, Brian and Steve. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Good morning. Yes, you're correct. We're having our next Living Trust seminar, first one in quite some time. It's going to be this coming Tuesday, the 12th, at the South County Civic Center at 2 p.m. And we are going to cover many aspects of planning. And this is really planning to take care of ourselves and our loved ones, to make sure that we don't leave a mess behind for them, to make sure that the right people receive your assets that you're passing and that the wrong people don't get them, to make sure we avoid the nightmare of probate and guardianship, and just to make sure we have everything up to date. It's so important to make sure that we have an up-to-date estate plan that's going to work for us when we need it.
Yeah.
We have a few spots left, so if you are interested in attending, it's very important that you call us.
Yeah, and a friend of mine and my wife, they're having a problem, and of course we recommended they call you, but their kids, they don't have a child that they can trust. They don't have a family member they can trust to be the executor of their trust. And I'm sure, Barry, that's probably a common thing people deal with. So there's all kinds of things you can find out both at this workshop or taking advantage of the no-charge consultation with the Siegel Law Group when you call. Now, the workshop is this Tuesday from 2 to 3 p.m. In Delray Beach at the South County Civic Center. It is free to attend, but the Siegel Law Group asked that you make a reservation so they know how much space they need, et cetera, and they're almost filled up, okay? So give them a call, reserve your seat, and they'll give you detailed directions when you call. All right, here's the number, 855-FLA-3782, 855-FLA-3782, and online, SiegelLawGroup.com. All right, Barry, we'll finish out the week tomorrow. All right, take care, take care. All right, now I wanted to, the laptop from hell whistleblower. Okay, I wanted to, this is huge, and this just broke yesterday, courtesy of the Daily Mail. I have to go to England to get the news of America, you know. But just let me just read the beginning. His name is Jack Maxey. The whistleblower who handed Hunter Biden's laptop from hell to congressmen and the Daily Mail has revealed he has 450 gigabytes of deleted material, including 80,000 images and videos. Okay, these are things that have not prior, that he's got the hard drive, right? These are images and other things that have not been disclosed or recovered before. He flew to Geneva, Switzerland, where he is in hiding right now because he feared for his life. He has friends that are in federal law enforcement, and they told him his life was in danger. He said he saw black SUVs driving around his house when he first let it be known that he had this. And he is over there in Switzerland with a team of computer experts who have retrieved this information, and he is putting together an online database so that anyone around the world can have access to the contents of the laptop from hell. And he's doing this for his own safety. His name is Jack Maxey. And he gave an interview from Switzerland, and this is the interview. Jack Maxey, the whistleblower.
Visible emails were about 8,000 of them, but 120,000 of them were in archives, and very difficult to reach, and sometimes the search bar didn't work, as we now know. And so at first we thought we were just going to bring to the fore all the things that Merriman and Associates had found: 128,000 emails, 28,000 images.
Connie, William Youngerman. I'll put that
very quickly. But my guys were so good, and one of them particularly said, I feel like there's more there, Jack. Can I look? I said, sure. You know, all I know how to do is turn on my computer. That's about it.
That's the website address, Connie, for our gold guy.
We started searching. First thing we found were 4,000 little microscopic thumbnails of erased pictures. Those pictures were brought up. We can see them all. Then I'm sitting there. I've been on the phone, as you can imagine, all week. And he says, my God, I just found another 20 gigabytes of this and that and this and that. And ultimately we found 450 gigabytes of what Hunter thought was erased material. Now, some of it was duplicate, but amongst those things were 80,000 images and videos. And when my tech guy first started looking at them, it was very uncomfortable. Many of them were young girls, for some reason, sending pictures to Hunter with their tongues out. And I said, you've got to stop. You have to stop. If he meant to erase these pictures, I was feeling there could be a high likelihood that there was something that no man or woman with a soul would want to see, and then I would be instantly obligated to go to the Swiss police. And I wanted to make sure before that eventuality had to come to pass that we had archived all the other material. Now, since then, we found thousands and thousands of PDFs we didn't know about. We believe that we've been able to scrape all the attachments. We keep finding more and more things. And
yes,
so that
Patricia,
became quite
absolutely
horrifying.
They will.
And that's where we are, people. And in short order, I'm going to make it available to the world. My original intention on coming here was to make copies for the United States Senate, the House of Representatives, and U.S. law enforcement, because every single crime that Hunter committed, other than espionage, is also a state crime. Pedophilia, money laundering, grooming of children, human trafficking, drug dealing. All these crimes can be prosecuted at the state level. And as I said earlier, why would we wait for Mrs. Peter Strzok to do something about it? Because we know her husband didn't do anything about it, because he testified against the president in the first impeachment while being in possession of Hunter's laptop. Here's something that I think everybody has to understand, and I've not gotten a clear answer. Washington Post has not gotten a clear answer. Josh, I don't believe you've gotten a clear answer. The Senate Judiciary Committee, who finally contacted me about a month ago, had no answer. It appears that that FBI agent who picked up Hunter's laptop and those who he was associated with never filed Hunter Biden's laptop into evidence at the FBI. The FBI received the laptop on the 9th of December 2019, but they actually were informed of its existence earlier. Now, what did they do about it? I don't know. I've not seen any confirmation that they've done anything. As far as I can tell, the trial in Delaware is about taxes. It's not about abusing children. It's not about trafficking women. It's not about putting in jail the crack dealers all across America who Hunter used to keep his habit up. And I think it's very important that I say this right now. The crack laws in the United States of America put almost 200,000 African American males in jail. Anybody can look it up. The ACLU did a study about a lost generation. Joe Biden wrote that law. That law made 1 gram of crack cocaine equal to 100 grams of powder. And it destroyed entire communities. So BLM, if you're listening, I hope you're getting your blood pressure up. Because Hunter never got prosecuted.
Wow. I mean, that's, I like that little thing at the end with the BLM. It's very smart of him. But, you know, these state crimes, Joe Biden can't pardon him for. Presidents can only pardon people for federal crimes, not state and local. And that's, and the information that this guy is finding is all new. Things that were not previously discovered and released from the laptop, Steve. So, yeah. So this, I mean, this is huge.
Spread it out, the information out among enough people that they're not going to be able to suppress it. It's going to spread like wildfire, and there are going to be no secrets.
That's right.
People realize the magnitude of what has been going on. That's why to get back to what we were talking about yesterday, I'll just say this, and let's not pursue it, because we...
Yeah.
Dealing with things like this, it's kind of taken out of their hands.
Yeah. Now, yeah.
Public opinion, in the end, that accomplishes it. That's why the press is so important, and that's why, as we see the press that has been operating, they've been covering up the news, not giving the news.
That's right.
And now that the truth is emerging, what is it they say? The truth will set you what?
Free. Yeah. Well, you know, what's happened is we've become the news because we have to. You know, I mean, that's, you know, I was talking to you about this the other day. And I talked about this on the air, too, the other day. Talk radio has changed, and I was talking about how we, you know, there used to be this era, you were very famous for this, the contrived controversy with the right and the left and fighting and, you know, and all this stuff. Yeah, and that's all fine, but things are so serious now that not only has talk radio changed, the expectation of the talk radio audience has changed. We had to become the news because this story here should be stopping every newscast. Between this and Greg Abbott, these are huge stories, and there's a blackout on Jack Maxey here. I can remember his name because I just, you know, the pad. Jack Maxey here. This should be the top and bottom of every news show, and it's not, because the media, the news, like you said, Steve, they're in the business of not reporting the news but covering up the news. They're in the news cover-up business, is what they're in, not the news business. You know?
Big now. It's gotten too big.
Yep. Now listen, I mentioned earlier when Steve first joined us that this year on my birthday, I will be the age that Steve was when we first started working together, which is a scary thought. And it is. Well, you know, it's just, you know, it's what happens. That's what happens. But, you know, I'm not going to say this too many times. Okay, throughout, and the only time you'll hear me say this probably is when I'm doing the spot for Dr. Mitch Matez at the biostation. And if it wasn't for Dr. Mitch Matez at the biostation, I'd probably never say this. I'm going to be 51 years old April 20th. And this is 51, people. Yeah, exactly. And I look and feel, I've been up since 1:15 a.m., and the reason that I'm able to do this program for 3 hours and have such great content, in large part, is because of Dr. Mitch Matez at the biostation and hormone replacement pellet therapy. Hormone replacement pellet therapy is an amazing thing. This is for both men and women, all right? Hormone replacement pellet therapy is all natural, 100% natural. As you grow older, your body produces fewer and fewer hormones. And hormone replacement therapy does just that, replaces those hormones your body is no longer producing in sufficient quantities. And that's why I don't think I look or feel 51 years old, people. I mean, I can remember when my grandmother, who's long passed, was 51, and it's hormone replacement pellet therapy will make you feel younger. It restores your hormones to where they were when you were in your mid-20s. And I feel better than I did in my mid-20s, because when I was in my mid-20s, I was out all night, I was drinking, I was partying, and not eating well. Now I don't drink, I'm not partying, and I eat better than I did then. So I actually feel better than I did when I was 25. You'll get your energy back, your sex drive. If you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, call Dr. Matez, hormone replacement pellet therapy. Also, for the ladies out there, hormone replacement pellet therapy reverses 100% the signs and symptoms of menopause. Night sweat's gone, mood swings gone. All the other signs and symptoms of menopause not only stopped, but reversed. All right? It's absolutely amazing. And it's a completely free consultation if you mention you heard about Dr. Matez on The Steve Kane Show. So call Dr. Matez at the biostation. Again, if you missed this number, listed on the sponsor page at stevekaneshow.com. 561-320-8893. 561-320-8893 for Dr. Mitch Matez at the biostation. We'll be right back.
AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Attention seniors and those who care about them. How would you like to have instant access to a Medicare advocate at the touch of a button? You can for less than $1 a day with I Will Advocates. I Will Advocates will assist you with doctor appointment scheduling, pharmacy issues, billing problems, plan benefits, Medicare applications. They'll even help when you're in the hospital. I Will Advocate clients are family, and they go to bat for their family when you need them the most. Let them be your golden guardians. Contact I Will Advocates right now online at iwilladvocates.com or call them directly. 954-345-1214. No matter where you're located throughout the state of Florida or nationwide. 954-345-1214. 954-345-1214. A sniffle here and a sneeze there. Your first thought is what? Uh-oh, I'm coming down with something. But did you ever think you might not be sick? You might have an allergy. Find out and have your allergies tested at Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs or Any Lab Test Now of Boca. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs is located at 955 North University Drive on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood by the Coral Square Mall. Give them a call, 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any Lab Test Now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza. That's where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto and north of Hillsboro. Call them at 561-237-5009.
Steve Kane Show.
561-237-5009. They will test for both environmental and food allergies. No appointment is necessary. And make sure you mention you heard about them on The Steve Kane Show.
Listen to The Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio.
All right, we're back. I'm Brian. Steve is here. You're listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977, celebrating 45 years on the radio this year, The Steve Kane Show. Our number, 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Stacy.
Hey, Stacy.
I had a question about the Trump lawsuit against Hillary Clinton. By her that resigned, I think, and now he can like pursue the lawsuit.
You know what? I'm going to tell you what I know, and I may not be up to date on it, quite frankly. I mean, the whole world's falling apart, and you happen to ask about something I've not heard an update on in a week or so. Last I heard, this is a federal court, okay? Trump suing Hillary on all this Russia crap. It's a federal court. It's a federal court. The judge in the case was appointed by President Clinton. So President Trump, his attorneys asked to remove the judge and have them replaced. It doesn't seem fair to have a judge presiding over the case who was appointed by the husband of the person you're suing. And I don't know how that progressed. I don't know if that's been settled, if they replaced the judge or not. If somebody else knows, call. They did? Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you really quick because I wasn't sure, but I had heard.
Now, someone just told me in the chat room, no, the judge has not recused themselves. So Mrs. Clinton, the judge was appointed by Mrs. Clinton's husband, who's being sued, and that's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane. I think the judge should be a Trump judge, frankly, right? That would be fair. Now, but think about this. If it was a Trump-appointed judge, and there are a lot of them, hundreds of them, you think that they'd be forced to recuse themselves? All right, take care. Thanks for the call. No, people are telling me the judge did not recuse themselves. Oh, man, I tell you, things are really not going well for the Democrats on any front. They don't have one good story, Steve.
Amazing. If you want to try to give them credit, the fact is they get credit for consistency.
Yes.
Screwed up absolutely everything they've gotten involved in.
Yeah.
A good story in the whole year that he has been in office. Yeah. This is really. I mean, this is really amazing when you think about everything that is going on. It wasn't supposed to be this way, was it, Democrats? No, they got control. People got informed.
Yeah.
Do it every time.
Yeah. You know, the Democrats just haven't updated their schemes in the modern day America where everyone knows what's going on.
Oh, it's all one scheme, and you're going to see it between now and the primaries.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know yeah.
Trump, that's going to be their whole campaign.
Mm-hmm.
People are wise to them now.
You know, one of the defendants in the January 6th breach, they tried to serve a subpoena to President Trump at Mar-a-Lago to force him to testify in the January 6th, trial. And the Secret Service stopped the process server. Would not let them serve President Trump with a subpoena. It was a pretty amazing thing. Just broke this morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hey, turn off the volume of whatever device you're listening to us on in the back, if you don't mind. All right, go ahead. Joellen from Fort Lauderdale. What's up?
Yeah, while I think that Greg Abbott is got a great plan to transport all these migrants, I mean, one, he knows he's not going to get anywhere near those capitals in the first place,
Oh, that's great. That's wonderful. A lot of don't get upset when I tell you this, Joellen. You're the third Republican today, right? Andrea, Richie, now you. You think like losers, okay? You think like losers as opposed to winners. What you want, okay, so Greg Abbott's got 900 buses. Of course, they're probably not going to make it to D.C. But how would that happen? Exactly. That's better than getting there. If they actually get there, they can cover it up and pretend to welcome them and then get rid of them. If they stop them along the way, wow, that's perfect. That's what we want. Why would they stop these good people?
Okay, so I guess they'll have media there.
The media? Are you kidding me? Newsmax, OAN, everybody. They'll be following it. There'll be helicopters. It'll be beautiful. That's what you want. Yeah, like, no, he knows it's not going to get there. What's a waste of time? You know, but your attitude, it's brilliant. And the buses are better than the planes. I know some people called today. I didn't want to give Carlos a hard time because I didn't feel like it because I'm tired. But Desantis has a better idea with the planes. No, buses are better because the planes are up in the air. You can't see them. You can't be at the airport. They keep your security away. The buses will be on public highways that can be followed every step of the way. So when they get into these Democrat states along the way, or a Democrat county, or a Democrat city, and they send out the local cops to stop them, it'll all be seen. The planes fly overhead. There's no drama. This is great. This is like this is better than the OJ chase in the Bronco. Yeah.
I'm happy it's happening.
I can tell. You sound happy it's happening.
I am happy.
Does she sound happy, Steve?
Yeah, she's happy. Well, the longer she talks to you, the happier she's sounding.
Yeah.
Reality is he's not going to go to DC. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Why do you think? Why do you think like a loser? Don't you understand? It's better for them not to get to DC.
Okay, so then what happens to all those people?
Well, it depends. What the Democrats will send out some state trooper or some local sheriff Democrat will come in and pull the buses over, and it'll be dramatic. It'll be dramatic.
Sure, they're going to be headed towards Democratic states.
Yeah. Well, they got it. I'm sure there's Democrat states on the route, and even if they're not, there's Democrat counties and Democrat cities they got to go through on the main highways.
Right. So drop them off there.
It sounds like you're listening to some Greg Abbott hater who's like, "Duh." You know, this is you don't want them to get there. You want them to get stopped. You want some local sheriff. You want some local state trooper. You want them to stop. Why would they stop these good, kind-hearted people that are great, wonderful people? They would only be stopped. Exactly. It's awesome. Oh, well, okay, we'll see. Oh my gosh, depression. You know,
I mean, we've never been here before. We've never, and to punctuate what we're talking about, the American public has never been as fully informed about the skullduggery that's going on in Washington as they are now.
Yep, that's right.
Highlight all of that.
Well, listen, we got a break.
Watch their television and they're going to say, well, gee, they're bringing them to my state.
Yeah.
And they won't let them in my state.
That's right. Yeah, I think they should. Is Al Cowling still alive? He can drive one of the buses. It'd be awesome. Al Cowlings. Yeah, I remember we had a guy who wrote a song on the show once. He wrote a rap song, a hip hop song about the Bronco chase, and I remember the beginning of it. White Ford Bronco down in Southern Cal. I remember the OJ. What was it? I'll remember during the break. An American hero. Driven by his pal. I'll think of it. I'll remember. It was a very good song. Better than what I'm doing. All right, listen. This is what happens when you have no sleep. We will take our break, come back with the Gold Report after this.
We've got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Do you suffer from neuropathy?
Steve Kane Show.
You don't even know it. Do you have numbness?
Hold on. Steve Kane Show. Hold on.
Hands and feet, muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching. Are you not sleeping? Does it feel like pins and needles in your hands and feet? Maybe you have no feeling at all. The symptoms can make life unbearable, but there is help at the Lighthouse Medical Center. Call 754-222-6642.
Hey there. Do you have silver eagles in stock? Okay, because people are asking. Okay, I'll ask you about them then at the end. Okay, hold on. All right, Steve Kane Show. Okay, Chris, hold on. All right, we are back, and it is time to check in with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated in Boca with the Morning Gold and Precious Metals Report. William Youngerman, how are the metals looking today?
Metals looking somewhat stable on the lower end of the ranges that we've seen. The gold yesterday closing up $2.10 at $1,925.30 the ounce. Silver was up 15 cents at $24.44. Platinum was down $14 at $9.52. And palladium was down $25 at $2,127. This morning, overnight, we've seen gold trade from a low of $1,920 all the way up to $1,935. And right now, we're trading at $1,927 the ounce. That's up $1.70. Silver's down 9 cents right now at $24.35 the ounce. Platinum down $7 at $9.45, and palladium up $13 at $2,140.
Yeah, and, William Youngerman, you've been talking about shortages of the metals. I asked you during the break, and you gave me Silver Eagles. You have Silver Eagles in stock at William Youngerman's?
Yes, we do. One of the few dealers in the country, probably, that still have some Silver Eagles left. They are reserved only for our clients and no wholesaling, but we do have Silver Eagles in stock, and as well as many of the other precious metals products, and all of the gold products, platinum products in stock for immediate delivery.
Yeah, and no matter where you're located, around America, around the world, another part of Florida, even if you're here in South Florida and maybe you can't make it up to the shop in Boca, you can order over the phone. It's done very easily and securely, and you'll be very happy. Here's the number. William Youngerman opens up at 10 a.m. weekdays, 1-800-327-5010, 1-800-327-5010. Online, WilliamYoungerman.com. The address, 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca, on the first floor of the Bank of America building, just east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. All right, William Youngerman, we will finish out the week tomorrow.
Okay, have a great.
All right, take care. Yeah, Steve, silver is like disappearing from this country. William Youngerman is like one of the few people that has all this stuff, including the Eagles. So, yeah. All right, let's go back to the phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Chris in Palm Beach.
Oh, hey, Chris.
Yeah, I got a quick comment about Trump's judge, Don Middlebrooks. I personally appeared before him as a plaintiff a few years ago, and I can tell you that guy is a government judge. He drags, gives the government every opportunity to correct their mistakes, and in the long run...
I don't know which one. What do you mean the Trump judge? You mean the judge in the Trump-Hillary case?
Exactly, Donald Middlebrooks. And I want to remind your viewers, too, that this is the very same judge that threw out the case of the Clinton email server.
Oh.
Which he just dismissed and said, nothing to see here.
Also, yeah. Yeah.
Just, he's a bad dude. I hope Mr. Trump finds himself.
Well, the thing is, federal judges, they're all political hacks. That's how they get appointed. That's how you get the connections, right? Like Ketanji's related to Paul Ryan, by marriage. So, that's the way it is. So it doesn't surprise me that we got a hack judge over this Trump-Clinton case. But that's okay. There's going to be discovery, which is what President Trump is doing this case really mainly for the discovery.
Well, that's great. And thanks for taking my...
Well, thank you. All right, I appreciate it. Thanks so much. Oh, man, we had some great callers today, by the way. And a lot of new people we haven't heard from before, and sometimes more informed than we are. Which is fine. I know a lot of people on the radio don't like that. If somebody, asks them a question they don't know the answer to, or something like that. We don't mind here, Steve and I. We don't have the ego problems, but no, we have some very, very sharp, well-informed callers. Mike Lindell just got served with a subpoena for another defamation suit. 3 of them that I know of. Do you know that he is facing about $3 billion in defamation suits? $3 billion. With a B. Can you imagine? And, it's the cancel culture. They're after him. He got shut out of his banks, right? He got thrown out of all the big retailers. They won't carry MyPillow products. He's being sued for billions with a B dollars, and it thrown off all the television, home shopping channels, everything. And you know, he has thousands of people that work for him at his facility in Minnesota. And tens of thousands of people earn their living off of MyPillow because each of them has a family, right? And it's really terrible. And Mike Lindell has been able to maintain his business without doing any layoffs, by the way, through the pandemic and this cancel culture business because of you and us, right? That's right. You know, and you know, we're bypassing what's going on. You know, 12 local TV stations said they will no longer run commercials with Mike Lindell in them. I saw Mike Lindell at the Trump rally in Michigan Saturday, and he spoke. This is Mike Lindell at the Trump rally Saturday in Michigan.
I had 12 TV stations just the other day now say that I couldn't be in the commercials, that can only say MyPillow. I cannot personally be in them. So I want you to think about that, where they're coming to cancel out this country and to, you know, they want my voice stopped. That's why everybody's got to speak up. And believe me, they cancel it, they will never get to sell my product again. Just like those box stores. When you leave, it's goodbye. Have a nice day. So we're kind of in a unique situation. If you buy all the products, you buy the slippers, buy everything we make, you're not only supporting, it's getting everything we're doing to save our country, but you're getting a good product and replace. So it's not like a normal donation to help me out. I've never asked for help other than to buy my products.
Yeah, and when you use the promo code Kane, not only are you supporting Mike Lindell and helping him maintain his company and fight for Trump and MAGA, you're also supporting the Steve Kane Show and all the content that we bring you. When you use our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane, you get incredible discounts. You know, I just got a little bit of sleep last night, but I got the little bit of sleep that I got until 1:15 a.m. was well-rested sleep. Why? Because my head was on the MyPillow, which right now is at its lowest price ever with the promo code Kane, just $19.98. I was sleeping with my MyPillow 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets, which just perfectly regulate your body temperature. They're wonderful sheets. Do you know the MyPillow Giza Cotton? All these items make great Mother's Day gifts, by the way. The MyPillow 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets, which is the finest cotton in the world, 60% off with the promo code Kane, as low as $39.99. And also, I was sleeping on top of my MyPillow mattress topper. Now, the 3-inch MyPillow mattress topper, 30% off with the promo code Kane, Kane, at checkout at MyPillow.com, and you get 2 free MyPillows. The 2-inch MyPillow mattress topper, 50% off with the promo code Kane at checkout. And, of course, there's many other great specials that you will love, that Mom will love on Mother's Day. And when you give Mom, and by the way, Mom is not just your mom, your grandmother, if she's still with us, your wife, if you have children, and your daughter, if you have a daughter with children. These are all moms. These are gifts that the moms will remember for years to come, these MyPillow items. There's many other great deals at MyPillow.com that you can take advantage of with the promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane, Kane. All right, Steve, we're out of time, and I'm going to be off to bed pretty soon. I'm so tired.
Learned rest.
Oh, yes.
We thank you all for joining us. We will be, tomorrow's the end of the week.
Thankfully so, yes.
Okay, we'll TGIF tomorrow. Be sure to tune in starting at 6 a.m. And on behalf of Lori King, lovely wife and associate, partner and co-host, and you know me, I'm just Steve. See you tomorrow. God bless America.
Do you suffer from neuropathy? Maybe you do and you don't even know it.
Oh, man. Hey, guys. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, very good show today. If you're new here, please subscribe and click the notification bell, all right? And don't go without liking the video, if you don't mind, guys. All right, I'm going to take off. I actually have a meeting I have to go to. And then after the meeting, I'm going to get a little shut-eye. Because I'm getting loopy. But I'll see you soon, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, like the video.